Start
I'm a
recording.
risky bitch.
I'm Brittany, bitch.
Right, well that's
All right, I'm just gonna do start recording. I don't know where it's gonna save to.
you have to pick a
It
folder
might
and then
save
you
it
do a
in my
directory.
butt.
And it will.
I was in settings, stream output, video bitrate, audio, recording. See users, donkeys, videos. That's good enough.
Yeah. So I'm about as confident I think as I'll ever be with the combat system for this game. And I'm really, really gonna do my best, guys.
I'm gonna do my best.
And
Give it the old college try.
Where's the fucking slant eye?
our favorite slant eye is currently saying he'll be here in a minute.
Oh, that's fine.
I have not heard from Jordan, and I have messaged his wife as well. Neither have been online for almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
How about you call him with your phone?
I don't know his number.
What?
You don't know Jordan's
Who's got
number?
that weird fag's number? I'll call him.
I'm pretty
I'll
sure.
call him naked. I'll take my clothes off and call him. That's all I'll do.
Video call him.
Yeah.
But if they're also trying to put the kid down together, like maybe that could be a thing.
Oh, then we should call 17 times in a row and be really obnoxious.
Whose phone just went
I
off?
thought something was wrong. Why is your baby crying in the background? What's going on, bro? I'm helping.
Helping.
Be my friend.
Yep.
This is weird because either I can look at the big screen and actually see us, or I can look on like a split screen of a split screen and I see little tiny versions of us. So I got preview and program.
So, okay, I'm going to try and explain the combat system, and maybe when it's all going down, we can all remember this, and I won't fuck it up.
Should we wait? We don't need the others?
No. Or we can wait. It doesn't really matter, but I was just
I'd like to go over something at least.
Sure, go over whatever you like.
Because, no, like what you're saying there.
Okay.
We left off of a jade vampire in the basement.
Yes, that is the Jade Court vampire in the basement is actually what's going on right now. How you been, Brando?
Pretty good. Working.
Oh yeah, how's work treating you?
We just got in our new temporary store manager.
Okay.
Our regular one is going on mat leave in a couple weeks.
Gotcha.
So
Make sure you
really
say I'll share before you and I'll be here after you. Managers love that.
I mean, I didn't get a really good chance to meet her. I just said hi to her. Tried to shake her hand like a fucking idiot, too.
Classic
Right?
Brandon. Awkward as always.
Yeah, I just think they fucking just squeeze your fucking hand when you shake because you know who the boss
Right.
is. Fucking
I just instinctively stick my hand out, and she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, right. That's right. We don't do that right now.
The
Because
programming.
fish. See, this is why I can't work in an office. There's too many funny things to say.
I work in retail.
Yeah, I worked in retail for about 6 months and discovered that that's not for me. You can't pull customers over the table. You can't yell at your boss. Everyone's too sensitive. It's hard. Retail's hard.
People have feelings and they expect you to respect them.
Yeah, be professional at work. Ooh. That's a bag.
Yeah, I've been very lucky in that the trades don't seem to give a fuck. So
Yeah.
I'm saying do whatever I want. Nobody cares. So yeah, it is. It is what it is.
I've built up a rapport with most people because I'm charming as fuck.
Oh, look at you. Let's see, what else? I brought my boat in. My boat's being repaired.
What did you do to your boat?
Well, Bob and I did a bit of an engine rebuild on it, and it got down to like doing the carbs, pulling the carbs apart and like cleaning everything out, and I was just like, I just can't be bothered taking it down to the little itty-bitty pieces and cleaning it, so I brought it in. I hit a line emotionally with fixing the engine, and I was like, no more, I'm done, I'm bringing it in, a professional can do it. I don't normally work on two strokes anyway.
No, I heard one is just enough for you.
Ah, that joke's never been said before.
By me on this medium.
Exactly.
Tonight.
This joke will come up again. What were we saying about strokes, Justin? Oh, shit. But yes.
Just as funny the first time and the 50th.
Yeah. I've been spending the week kind of fretting over like the villains, the monsters, how I'm going to run them. And like reading through
you've been bored as fuck?
Well, I'm bored as fuck. I was hoping someone would call me today and break up the fucking monotony of like character building and like just hand-wringing worrying. Where I'm just like, I'm going to fuck this up so bad. Everyone's going to hate me by the end of this game. I just know it.
Have you considered playing a video game to pass the time?
No, I just laid on the couch and considered the existential dread that is my life.
And Dresden.
Yeah. Well, Dresden, yeah. I've got this. This is a whole new stack of paper for tonight's game. Like, look at this. This is all new for this game. Plus, I have cards.
To a new page. I flipped to a new page so I could write shit.
I want you to know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about writing notes about this game. So if it's all atrocious, I'm just gonna have a panic attack and like emotionally shut down.
You have DM'd before. You have played D&D before.
Oh yeah, I've ran like multi-year long campaigns.
You know better than to get too involved in your own plans.
Yeah, because the players will always fuck it up.
like our storyline needs to have us go into the basement and deal with this vampire thing, right?
Yeah.
We will end up going to the attic and playing My Little Ponies.
Yeah.
For the entire night.
You know what we did in a game? This isn't even a joke. We ended up in a Dungeons and Dragons game. We went into the pub, the bar, and then someone said, "Why don't we buy some dice off a guy here?" We bought some dice off a guy there, and we started like role playing a game of like Knights and Dragons and Knights of Soldiers or whatever it was in the game, and switched the GM in the game. And the GM's like, "What are you doing?" We're like, "Oh yeah, that guy over there that was not in our PC. He should join us too."
Okay.
Yeah, it was like we did it for about 20 minutes, and the GM's like, "Listen, you're clearly derailing my game. We're stopping this right now."
You should have been like, no. Everything you wanted us to do, get the game to do.
Yeah,
it was in their game.
It was so obnoxious. It was such a dick thing to do. But yeah, no, Dresden Files, the way the combat system is just fucking confuses the shit out of me. And the way you make villains, like you don't have villains or monsters, you have NPCs. And that just fucked me up because you have 3 types of NPCs. You have nameless, named, and major.
Okay.
Right? And I'm just like, everything about this game is like, you don't really control this, your players do.
God help you.
Yeah. So that just gave me further anxiety. I'm just like, but wait, what?
Do you know what I have to work with here?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what Bob's gonna do if he gets too much control of this game? It's gonna turn into like a disco gay dance or something. It's gonna go fucking crazy out of nowhere.
No.
Yeah, ABBA will start playing, dresses will appear out of nowhere, and things will go sideways immediately.
He's gonna have Volus down to his skibbies and dancing and fighting hip hop keto.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Hideo Kojima is gonna show up. He's gonna be an actual playable character, unlike the Metal Gear Solid world.
Somebody's gonna come up with a cardboard box out of nowhere, hide under it, and start crawling around.
I fully encourage whatever level of creativity you can come up with. But the whole thing too is when you're making characters, you know how like complicated it was to like do the aspects and like who crosses who stuff? Now try and do that with all your villains. Right?
Can't imagine you need to come up with too deep of a backstory for these villains.
Well, that's the thing, is it literally says main NPCs are built like PCs. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Even minions?
Yeah. Okay, so like there's nameless, there's named, and then there's main or major, right? So like it gives you kind of like a this is this, this is that, and then it's just like, and anyone who's like a major character, like if you write them on the faces sheet or on the like the town location sheet, they're a major character. It's like all Dresden's characters that are mentioned in the books are major NPCs. And I'm like,
yeah, and they keep reappearing.
Yeah.
And reappearing.
And like can be upgraded to like main character status like Butters was. Right? So it's like such a complicated way to like do all the characters in the world. I was like, holy fuck, I've been underplaying how the characters should be built. So like I sat down and I'm like, okay, so what is Lin Shu's background? So I wrote out his background and I'm like, okay, what about the thing in the basement? What is its history? And I started going through that.
Have you watched any interviews with Jim Butcher?
Yeah, lots.
Yeah. So you know about the story of how he came up with Dresden and how he started writing it?
Yeah, where he was in class and he was arguing with his teacher about like story nuance and whatnot because he had like a degree in like
English lit
and creative writing and all this. And she's just like, you have to create characters and background and you have to write them out and blah, 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 blah. And everybody's got to be connected. And he's like, you think you're so smart. I'll show you how cheesy and stupid this can get. So he wrote it all out. Yeah.
I'll do what you wrote. I'll do exactly what you said and show you how stupid it is.
Yeah.
Turns out it fucking worked.
And 17 books later.
And she's like, good, finish it. So he finished like, she meant finish an outline for that book. He finished an outline for an 18-book series.
Yeah.
In one night.
Plus a big apocalyptic trilogy. So it's like, okay, and now she's like, oh, I meant, you know what? Just keep going.
Yeah. Tell you what, when you sell the idea, don't tell them you have 18 books. Tell them you have 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And then work from there.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Apparently, the book that she wrote a book on basically how to write a story the same way that she taught him. I'd actually considered looking for that book.
Yeah, I would. Well, she had like 40 books out or something like that. He said, or 38 books or something like.
Yeah, and at least a couple of them were how to write a story.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I'd read that in a heartbeat. Like, particularly because, like, I'm going through the editing and changing of Divorcing Gravity right now. So,
yeah.
So, yeah. So I wanted to get that into a meaningful pattern. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but, like, I put it into 3 parts now. So it's, like, part 1's the Fats character, the Brandon character, his story. And then part 2 is the Amanda character and her story. And part 3 is where they cross.
Right.
And the kind of meta of it all is when I was originally doing it, I was bouncing it chapter to chapter, and you weren't supposed to know that Amanda's story takes place like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? So all the stuff that's happening, and Brandon, the way he talks about everything, like, it's been 8 years since then, but you see the characters and, like, you don't realize it's been 8 years until they cross, and they're, like, very different than what Brandon's talking about, or even what, like, Amanda's characters are talking about.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So it was kind of, like, getting her book and seeing what she says about stuff like that, or just a second opinion, would be really, really helpful. But, like I said, I swapped it up, so it's no longer back and forth. It's now, like, part 1, part 2, part 3.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm pretty pleased with that, but I think I have to fully and completely rewrite all the Amanda stuff. Like, just kind of starting to read it the other day, I'm like, the Amanda stuff jumps all over the place. So it might need a little bit of work. Maybe I'll put the chapter back in where they meet you. Who knows?
Yay, I'm important again.
It might. Well, your character...
Potentially.
Your character's a major character in Consumers, right?
Right.
So it's you, Jared, Josh, and Kyle in that one are the main characters of that story. And Bridget and someone else. There's someone else in that one. But yeah, in that one, you're like a major character.
Yeah, I'm important.
But the alt future divorcing gravity story is an alternate timeline where things went different, and in that one you moved to New York City and joined a cult. Whereas in the original timeline, things didn't go bad, so you never moved to New York City and never met those people. So like you stayed with the original Lanark County Land Sharks and remained on the hero's path.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
Right? Two different timelines.
It wasn't a 1 year GIC. It was many, many years.
I couldn't see myself joining a cult. I'm Christian.
There's no cult-like activity in Christianity.
No.
What are you talking about? Except when they have their own leaders and they put on hats that are part of like this ancient Roman tradition, and they have you worship symbology that's clearly stated not to be worshipped in the Bible, and then they have you like do practices that are clearly pagan in the church, like lighting candles and repeating words over and over and over again, which like Matthew 6 says not to repeat stuff like that. Anyway, no cult-like stuff at all.
Now drink his blood.
Now drink and eat his flesh.
Eat his body.
Yes. No, that one.
One with him.
Hey, that one is biblical. That one is there.
Yeah, because that matters.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird about cannibalism. Okay. They made a movie about it.
Perfectly natural.
It's perfectly natural to kill and eat your friends, even though in the Old Testament it definitely says not to do that.
Sorry, baby. Okay.
Oh, but if it's God's flesh and God's blood, it's perfectly fine. He's not human. He's not a person.
It's not cannibalism. He's something
He's not
else.
even a he. It's like eating a cow. A golden cow.
I mean, they refer to Jesus as the bride in the book of Revelation a lot. And in, like, the book of Micah? What are we
waiting for?
We are waiting for Jorban, who has not joined us yet.
Oh, he's coming this week.
Yes. And
that's what his wife's wondering, too.
Oh, shit. One stroke. Call back joke. See? It's funny every time.
Well done.
Yeah.
He apparently was on 2 minutes ago.
Well, I'm going to get more pickles while we wait, because I've been jonesing for pickles.
I'm going to refresh my drink.
Yeah, I got some whiskey.
I should probably stay on the actual Zoom window so I can see if someone wants to join.
Are we all here?
Not yet.
Oh, I see 4 cameras with nobody in there. Because on top of the mountain, all covered in cheese, was Jen Dunn. Down on her knees.
So, just kind of meta, I would not go into the basement without all 4 players.
That sounds like a challenge.
Wow. Things might go wildly sideways if you do that. And you'll have to accommodate for wildly sideways.
That sounds like an interesting proposition.
My guns are still in the car. Seems like I have the worst camera now. How'd that happen?
I spent $100 on a camera.
But it seems like mine's getting fuzzier and fuzzier. I just need to zoom in the old-fashioned way.
I love that your table does that. Every time you do that, it's like the mobile camera movement. It's so cool.
Yeah. It's like the cheapest fucking mobile camera movement there is, eh?
Are you ready? Stop.
Oh, look more. Oh, it's just the fucking big screen. I look like shit. On my laptop, it look normal.
Still no. All right, what was I just thinking?
That you should end it?
End it all. Do the world a favor.
Take me with you, too.
Murder-suicide? Suicide pact. Like Ava and Adolf. So cute. Their names even match.
So do the holes in their head.
Yay. Okay. One second.
Relationship goals. Hashtag relationship goals.
Das Eva.
Hashtag kill myself.
We will kill ourselves.
Oh, I can't wait to die. I'm excited. No more bills. No more rent.
You can do that without killing yourself.
Just thinking about it?
You can literally
helps me live longer.
You can literally do that without killing yourself. It's the craziest thing. You can just stop paying bills and say, "Come get me, bro."
Could.
Yeah.
They could put you in jail and then they pay you.
It's the craziest thing. And even then, you can just say, you know what? I promise to pay. And they go, okay. And then years later, they go, you never paid. And you go, sorry, my life went to shit. I promised to pay. And then years later, they come after you again. And you're just like, I don't even live here anymore. Who's Bob?
My recording only has Justin now. Everyone's disappeared. That is bizarre.
Oh, you got him?
Yes, I am immune.
But yeah, no. Hey, Leo, what's going on, man, friend? So I was going to suggest we start anyway. And whenever Jordan joins in, you can. My suggestion in and of that concept is don't go into the basement without Jordan's character.
And don't piss on the electric fence.
I'm just like heads up DM mention because I'm really worried about wiping the party. That's like a full team combat. It you know when you go in WoW and it's just like you need a party of 6 to do this like raid. You need a party of 4 to do this raid section. Or you don't. Maybe you can just outsmart and not combat it. Who knows? It's up to you. I'm just the GM.
What do you know?
What the fuck do I know other than I'm probably going to wipe this party by accident?
Please don't.
All right. So who's down for starting? And whenever Jordan joins us, he joins us.
Sure.
Fantastic. You two down there ready as well, Bob, Leo?
Yep.
I was born ready.
All right. So the game so far has been Leo was in town. Leo's character, Alfred, had come across the silver dollar having been attacked. He contacted his friend Volus, stated that it's suspicious and looked like hellfire. Volus went to investigate, found out that there was some mafia stuff going on there, and that maybe he might need some help. He called his friend Jean Paul in. Jean-Paul showed up with Jack, who was a wizard friend of his, and turned out that he had history with Volus. They investigated it, found out that Colin may or may not have been fraternizing with Jean-Paul's assistant at St. Bridget's, and got some information, got a couple videotapes, and went to Rocco's place, where they found Rocco holed up in the basement. Rocco and Lola revealed that this is all about a magical axe from China, and was brought to St. Bridget's, where you were jumped by 2 people who were apparently hired by the Denarians. The 2 people, as it turns out, had been paid off very recently to try and find Rocco, capture him, and possibly kill him. They weren't terribly clear on their intentions, but you guys resisted the urge to just fucking murk them, which was impressive, and let them go, thus getting a new vehicle. Rocco then revealed to Alfred that he knows where the axe is, and that the Denarians actually have a fake that was supposed to be swapped at that location. Upon going to that location with the new vehicle, you talk to the Taoist, the head of the Taoist temple, and he revealed that he is a traditional Taoist. He knows quite a lot, and that he does indeed have the axe, but it's downstairs. And they received a shipment that was supposed to have people in it, but only had coffins. So they brought them into the basement, and one of the coffins had a vampire in it that captured a person. So right now in the basement, with the doors locked, there's a person down there that he said is still alive. You can hear him talking sometimes, and a vampire. And it's locked and sealed, and that their intention was to just wait it out and see what happened. The path of least resistance kind of thing. But he said if you think you can solve it some other way, he would be more than happy to let you take the axe, or possibly challenge one of his people for the axe in the end. Because he's still of the mindset that it's probably safer here regardless.
Okay.
And that leaves you in his office in the temple. People outside, maybe about 40, 50 people outside doing their thing. Him standing there with what looks like a really nice Shaolin axe. And the character of Jack Sloan having not appeared yet. And go.
So Alfred is on his way here.
Alfred is right there. Jack Sloan, we don't know where he is.
Someone should probably get in contact with Jack. John Paul, he's back at your church. Maybe you should give them a call. And
Alfred was back at the church, wasn't Alfred? Oh, Alfred came with us.
Yeah, I'm Alfred.
Alfred came
I
with
know
us.
that. I just thought that you left early and we left you at the church.
Nope, Alfred's here.
It was the wizard. Oh,
No, we
yeah.
left him. We left him when we got here.
No, it's all coming. It's all coming back to me.
It's all coming
Excuse me,
back
gentlemen.
to
I am going to go to my car and get some of my toys and make a phone call for the wizard. Make sure he is well rested, yes, and ready to play hide and seek with the vampire.
All right, what are you two doing?
Well, all I've got is a sword, right?
Yeah, you have a sword.
I really should have taken a gun, too. To be honest with you.
Do you have the skill guns?
I do
China.
not have any. No, fists and weapons.
Yeah, weapons. Weapons is fine.
Weapons is fine, okay.
Yeah, weapons is all weapons.
I wonder if I could call. No. I don't know if I could call Monarch and have them just send one.
Can you just call Monarch and get them to like send the army here?
Nah.
I am who they're sending.
Well, I mean, not to say that you aren't good, but like, you know how the US, you know how the U.S. military never goes into a fight unless they outnumber everyone. I think we should do that. Where we outnumber them.
The
Like
U.S. military sends in small, specialized units all the time, and that's technically what we are.
That's exactly
we're like
what
the
you
Z
are.
team, man.
Small,
if
specialized unit.
if I die going into this, and they're going to be like, well, he fucked up, and then if shit escalates from here, they know about it, so they can keep an eye on it.
Yeah, they'll
And they're
probably
like, well,
send
one
more
guy
people.
wasn't enough. Let's send in 3.
Yeah, that'll be exactly it. They want you to try before escalating to something else. They're not looking to take care of all the problems. He's literally there to try and solve it.
I also got myself into this situation.
Yeah. The whole point of the power level you guys are at is that you should probably try to solve it yourself first before you try deferring to other powers to solve it.
Besides, they wouldn't be much of a security firm if they had to send in an entire army full of men just to take care of one vampire locked in a basement.
Yeah.
They would just send in a bomb
Yeah.
if it was that bad.
Well, he's locked in a basement and hasn't escaped, and like Lynn had said, there's a person down there with him. That one of the monks got captured, and apparently he's not dead. Sometimes you can hear him talking downstairs to him.
Just because you can hear him talking doesn't mean he's not dead.
Well, this
How you
is
send-
true.
Can I send text messages on this app, or is it all video and chat?
There should be a chat option at the bottom.
Okay, perfect.
Are you using the Zoom app there?
Yep, that's what we're all using.
No, I mean on his phone.
I'm using
Me?
laptop.
But yeah. Are you using a laptop there, Brandon?
No, I'm on my phone.
That's what you have, is that shotgun?
Yeah, I'm just going through my car, grabbing 3 things. I think 3 things. I have a duffel bag until the game master finally takes it away from me. And
That would be you.
I'm surprised it made it this long.
All right, so you're doing that. You're looking something up. You can have whatever gun you want there. You have the resources. To have that gun, you'd probably have to spend what the +1 resource you have. You'd probably have to spend that. You will have to spend that.
You're talking to John Paul?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you can have whatever gun you want, but that'll be at the cost of the bonus +1 resource that you got earlier.
Oh, I'm gonna lose that? Even though I had a double bag to start with?
It's just at a cost to stuff like that. As you add things to the story, it has a cost. So rather than costing a fate point, it'll cost the +1 resource.
My +1 resource.
Yeah.
Is that for my money?
Yeah.
I've already spent that.
Yeah. Did you?
I have that. No, that's gone. I still have my gems in ring, gems in necklace.
You can spend a fate point.
I have 2 fate points extra.
You can spend a fate point to say it was always there.
Yes, because it was from the start of the story. All right, so I'm going to do a +1 to reason fate point.
Yeah, so you just spend a fate point. I, as the GM, take that, pop, and you've
So
just
I'm
always
down
had
to-
the whatever guns that's in that duffel bag. They were always there.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've been moving it from car to car to car, so.
Yeah.
And, hopefully my car doesn't get stolen, so the mysterious going to lose my beautiful duffel bag.
Yeah. Well, you went outside and grabbed that, okay?
So I'm not going to duffel bag. I'm just grabbing my shotgun, and I'm going to grab 2 handguns, and then I'm going to leave the rest there.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows when I'm going to come out with this fight? I don't want to put all my bags in one basket. That's how you say, yeah?
Actually gonna go take medicine, and I give you a thumbs up.
Shower, okay?
Okay. So you have the shotgun.
Yeah.
What
And
are
then
you
a handgun.
going to do,
and,
Volus? What's the
Call the
plan?
wizard. Has anyone talked to the wizard in real life?
No.
No one has his number?
I checked.
He was online 15 minutes ago.
Well, we can just add him, can't we?
Yeah, I don't have him on Facebook or anything, or I'd fucking send him photos of my dick to get him to log on.
Let's check my cell phone and see if he's on it. Jordan. I think I have him. Unless he's changed his number in the last 10 years. Which I doubt, because he still lives in Carlton Place. Look up. Nope. I want new. Jor. Well, I have Jordan. I have Jordan Couture, Jordan the Barbarian. 250, that's Carlton Place, right?
No.
What's the area code for CP?
613.
613? Oh, yeah. Where's 250? I don't know.
Isn't that Ottawa?
Might be.
BC.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I typed, hey, is this Jordan Couture? So they're going to get back to me with a no. I have his email, and that's about it, apparently.
Outside Lower Mainland, including Vancouver Island.
Yeah, that could be anyone. Yep, definitely a no. Okay. So what are you two doing now?
I am just going to send you my clip.
Your what?
I'm just going to grab the shotgun and a Glock 17 round.
Sure. There's no need to say.
I got 2 clips of 20 rounds for the shotgun, and I got...
There's no need to be terribly specific in Fate, because the way the combat works is it's not like a change of dice or anything. Guns have a 4 for the damage they do, so 4 plus whatever you roll to the damage. Whereas a sword has a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, but there's only so many shots, right?
Yeah, it's pulpy. So, I don't think the guns ever run out of ammo, realistically. I mean, you can keep track of it and make it dramatic if you like.
I don't know. I'm just trying to say this is what I grabbed out of the bag. That way, I can't be going fucking 200 fucking miles on 20 shots.
Going like a John Woo movie, just firing.
Yeah,
nonstop.
eventually you're going to say, hey, you're out of rounds. Maybe you should reload. I don't know.
If-
It's up to you.
Or like the Matrix movie where you just keep pulling out guns, you shoot them till they're dry and throw them.
Yeah, and then just two magically appear again. I like how they have to go to armory to go into a fake world to bring the guns with them instead of just materializing them with their mind.
Yeah, which is what Alfred can do. He can just summon a sword.
Can he summon anything that's mechanical?
No, he can only summon the Green Destiny. And that's because it's been like 1,800 years since the Crane Iron story took place. So, like,
What about
Crouching
Bolus's weapon bag?
Volus's weapon bag carries one sword. It's a golf bag.
Just one.
Yeah, there's the sword of Lothbrok he has, which isn't a magic sword at all. It's just like an ancient Viking sword. Yet.
Yeah, who knows?
Story-wise, things can happen.
Where's
Well, I say the Dungeon Master has to play the wizard since we need 4 characters, and we move forward while he plays the character. No?
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
And no one can get a hold of him?
Well, you can go after other story beats. There's a bunch of locations you can go to. Hold off on this one, do something else.
I still need to get my phone. I still need to do that thing for the phone so that it's not, so I get to keep it.
You could always challenge one of the Taoist monks to a fight as well.
Oh, I think Alfred should challenge the fucking monk. He's right up there with them. He's basically related. Same training, but better. He has a green sword and maybe a green herdon, and I think he should whip it out and teach these fuckers a lesson. Yes, I'll stay out of this. I am a man of God, and I'll leave the fighting to the fighters. Just kidding.
What do you want to do, Leo? Do you want to risk it?
what's the drawback?
You get humiliated. And we call you a goof.
You win a fight against a regular monk, you get the option to fight the leader of the temple. You lose against a regular monk, you get told you're not good enough to take the axe. You win against that guy, you fight the boss and don't defeat him, you get told you're not good enough to take the axe. You beat both, you get to take the axe.
Now, if we beat both, can we get him to help us with the vampire as well? He'd be an ally? NPC ally?
He's like neutral right now. He's indifferent to you. You can.
He's very different to us, but not to evil in the temple.
No, and they have the thing in the basement, right? So.
Right.
So at this point, he's like.
They weren't prepared to do anything about it in the first place.
Yeah, he's willing to let the thing in the basement. It's locked down there and can't get out. He's willing to let it starve to death.
Let it starve to death.
Yeah. That's literally his take. He's like, the axe is down there. He can't use it. He's down there with a person. That person will die of starvation before the vampire does, but the vampire will then die of starvation after. It can't get out. Fuck it.
I lost my video feed.
From everyone?
Just on the
still here.
recording app.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what he said last week exactly. He's like, I haven't gone down there to fight it because what's the point? He's like, there's nothing down there I need. It can't do anything. He's like, I would like access to the axe, but it's down there. C'est la vie.
He's an impromptu guardian of the axe at the moment.
Quite literally, yeah. But you guys want
No,
the
you'd
axe.
think he would be. You'd think he'd be smart enough to try and use that axe to get out.
Yeah, there's 3 layers to getting that axe right now. Right? There's the monster in the basement, and possibly fighting a small soldier and then fighting the head of the temple. And if you defeat all 3, then he's gonna just let you take the axe. He's gonna be like, clearly it's in safer hands with you guys.
Or should I fight them?
You were gung ho about it last week.
We do not have a wizard. You are better than them. You are supernatural. I have full faith in Alfred.
I'm not supernatural. I'm a human.
But you are a champion of God with a special.
You are a
sword.
champion of God. Yeah, you are a step above human for sure. I wouldn't fuck with you, and I'm fucking supernatural. I don't get cut with that sword.
Okay. I guess I'll fight these fuckers.
Alrighty.
Is there anything I could do with persuasion to help buff him up a bit? What's the fate point for the situation?
Well, 1 second. Where do I have that? This one, the aspect is called respect and truth.
Respect and truth. I really need to start playing with a fucking notepad.
Yeah. And he says, if you want to fight someone, you can start by taking on one of my best students, one of the more capable, Fei Long. He's a reasonable master at Wudang. So you can go on and try and take him. He goes over and you see this man, probably in his mid-20s, extremely healthy looking, kind of like, what's his name in Mortal Kombat with the headband? Looking kind of like that.
How long?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Before the fight, can I intimidate him with my presence?
I mean, sure.
All right. I say to him,
I have
this
trained
man
by
terrifies
Ragnar.
me, and you dare fight him? And I pull out a metal object and I fucking bend it into a circle. My presence is +4. And I got 0, so I got +4.
Okay.
And I just fucking grab a piece of steel. Just like nothing. And I walk away, throw it on the ground.
See if there is specifically...
Just install a little bit of fear.
That might be too much.
Am I gonna kick someone's ass?
I'm spooking him first. But yes, you are.
Against... Where is a person?
I think there's water in that vodka.
Yeah.
Here's a question: are you fighting him with your bare hands, or are you fighting him with the Green Destiny?
All right.
Green Destiny.
Do I have him
Okay.
here?
I don't know. How do these contests go down?
However you want.
I imagine it's not to the death.
No.
No, and Lin Shu says no. This is a fight to
Kill?
not to
Submission?
basically it's a minor consequence would
It's
happen.
a sparring match,
It's
essentially,
a
is what we're
sparring
doing.
match. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can use your weapons and everything you have because he'll do the same. He is intimidated by. You can add an aspect because you were more than a shift off from him. So, what aspect would you like to add to the Wudang fighter?
To him or against him?
To him, it's a negative that can be invoked by you for free once.
I like to invoke the fear of God.
Okay. All right. So you can do that anytime you want there, Bob. And he will have the fear of God in relation to you, Bob.
Not in the relation to who I'm talking of?
Nope. He's a man who knows who he's fighting.
All right.
So I have a stunt or a power called Trained by Ragnar, which is add +4 to weapon for the first roll to someone else.
Yeah. For sure. So you'd
so
have to
that's
be fighting beside that person for that skill.
Oh, this
okay.
is the one-on-one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's all you, Alfred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this guy, whose name is Fei Long.
Yeah.
Fei, which I forgot to write. Fei, Long. He goes out to what looks like a sparring area.
Yeah.
And Lynn says, if you can defeat him, I will allow you to challenge me.
Okay, so I bow to him
He bows back.
first, and then I pull out my sword,
Yep. He walks over to the side to the room, and he grabs what looks like a standard firm sword, like a hard sword.
yeah,
Okay.
and then when the master says begin, we start.
All right. What is your athletics?
Four.
1 second. I have to look something up real quick. Going to look up a thing.
Oh, sorry, no.
199.
3.
Okay. That's the wrong page. It's the right page. Okay. All right. There we go. Not athletics. Alertness. Sorry, alertness. What's your alertness?
0.
Okay. So you go second. He goes first.
Okay.
So he is going to make an attack with weapons, which he gets a +2. So 5. And then you get to roll a defense with whatever you believe you can do a defense with. You can do a defense with weapons. You can also do a defense with athletics or anything you think of fists if you think it's applicable. You get to pick, right?
I'm going to use my weapon to defend. So I rolled a +2 natural, and my weapons is a +5.
Is a +5, so you got 2, 5, 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so you defended with a shift, so you can do a maneuver at this point. So a maneuver would be either move around him, do something to the environment, just something to
Can I move around him and push him? Can I shift to the side to his side? So like if we're like this, I shift like that.
So that you're behind him?
Well, kind of diagonally, right? Like in the corner behind him? Yeah.
Absolutely, right? So you do that, you move to the side, and it's your turn. What do you want to do next?
I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
With weapons. So I rolled a 1 +5, so that's 6.
Who doggy. So you got a 6. He would so a 6. He can take a single point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you hit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. You lightly graze. You graze him. It cuts him a bit, and he refocuses to take his turn. It doesn't look like he's quite at your level. All right. Now it's his turn. So he sees what's going on. He's very interested and very focused. So he's going to do... Does we have any neat stunts on this? Yeah, he might use extensive training. He's probably going to have to. +3, so 4. Yes, and he's going to push extensive training to do a reroll. Hopefully it's better than a 1. Yeah, he should have just taken a 2. So 5. He does a 5. Now you got to roll to defend.
So I'm going to use my weapon to defend again.
Yeah. You got to be more than 5 to defend against this
I
attack.
am 6.
You're a 6? Okay,
Yeah.
You don't get a maneuver or anything, but he doesn't overtake you. You see he's upping his game and pushing quite a bit now.
I'm going to counterattack.
Okay.
And damn it, I got a 4.
You got a 4 for a counter?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good. No, that's not good. You got a 4?
Yeah.
Let's see. He's going to use redirect force, and you're not going to get able to hit him because it'll bring him to a 5 with redirect force. That's 2 of his fate points used.
Wow, he's just using those fate points. I haven't even touched it.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, you're naturally better than him, and he has to push himself to overcome your natural betterness.
So his luck will run out pretty soon if he keeps doing that.
Yeah, it would have run out by now if he didn't. As it turns out, Alfred Bauer is pretty good at what he's doing. He hasn't even invoked his aspect, I have the green destiny.
Yeah, I have.
He literally has it. He's using it. Have you even taken the sheath off?
No, I haven't. It's great.
All right.
You're behind the guy, right?
Yeah. All right, so now it's his turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. You can tell that he's really needs to hold his focus. He took half a step back.
Yeah.
He's got his hard sword. He's looking at you and he's trying to assess for your weakness. And that's fucking awful.
Hey.
So he gets a -1. He got a 2 to try and hit you.
I got a 5 for defense.
We are playing.
Who is that? Is that Clint?
That's Mr. Lundy, the captain
Clint,
himself.
What's up, man? Oh, he's already left, fucker.
He's right beside me. He's right here.
Oh,
I'm here as an observer.
how you doing?
Good.
Good.
All right, so you have to defend against a 2, bud.
I got a 5.
Okay, so that's a shift. You can do another maneuver. So that's like a shift by 3. Okay, it's not by 2, so you can't do an aspect on top of it. Go on.
That's fine.
But you can do a maneuver. What do you want to do for a maneuver?
So I shift behind him, and then I'm going to strike his legs.
I'm drinking energy.
You can't do anything to him, but you can do something to the environment if you want.
No. I mean, I'm going to shift behind him,
Okay?
right?
Yeah, you can move behind him.
Let's do something.
Right? And I really can't do anything with the environment because it's just like I'm thinking as aspiring.
When you go with style or you go shift above him, you can do something to the environment to try and give yourself advantage on the next time, and then you can do a free invoke on it next round if you want.
I had plans like, I'm going home.
You see, so you can basically spend a fate point without actually spending one on that aspect that you just created.
So what I'll do is I'll
Nobody cares about
I'll use my key to make the ground a little slipperier in case he sets on there, so he can he might slip, right? Okay.
Okay. How do you make it slipperier? What's your strategy?
So
I'll spit on it.
No, I'll use my key and then I'll reduce the friction on it, right?
Okay. So your key. What do you mean your key? Like your
My energy.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Do you have a aspect that's related to that?
Oh, I don't.
Okay. That might change in time depending on what you do and what you learn. You might be able to change an aspect to be like key related.
Give me 1 second.
All right. Meanwhile, what are you two guys doing while this combat's going on?
Watching the fight.
Oh, I am thinking of a way to assist him in the next fight. This one seems under wraps.
It seems like he's got this. He just has to wear him out.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he can only use that aspect once, right?
Yeah, once he invokes it, then it costs a fate point to use it. And other players can use a created aspect, like the one where you did Fear of God. He can use a fate point to invoke that.
I can, or he
no,
can?
he can, because he's the one in combat with them, right?
Yeah.
So he can spend a fate point, and as a GM, I would allow it because he spent his fate point to affect Leo's combat with Leo.
All right, guys, I had a timer going up. Okay. So what I'll do is, how about I wipe off the brow of my sweat and chuck the sweat on the floor?
All right. How about
You're sweating?
You the guy?
Well,
Yeah,
you're sweating?
sweat
Yeah,
easily.
exactly. You've broken a sweat?
Well, I sweat easily, man.
You've been fighting for all of 5 seconds and you're kicking his ass.
Fuck. Okay, you know what? I just shift behind him. You guys are killing me here. Fuckers.
Okay, you shift behind him, so thus it's... So now it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to do a low attack with my sword. I'm going to aim for his legs.
Okay.
Right in the crotch.
Right in the crotch. So 9.
9? There's no
Yes.
way he survives.
Give me a
this.
sec.
There's no way he survives this.
His legs turn into blood mist. And he's now known as Stubby. Stubby the monk.
Yeah. I rolled a 0, and he has a +3 for his athletics to defend. His weapons are 3 as well. It's the same difference. So yeah, so he got a 3 versus a 9. That's a shift to 6. Is that a shift to 6?
Okay.
That's a shift to 6.
There we go.
That's 3 shifts. So
What happened?
what happened is
missed.
9 goes above that. He gets a minor consequence. What do you want his minor consequence to be?
I don't know. He stumbles.
And falls?
Never gets an erection again.
More like breaks an ankle.
I don't know. How about sprain an ankle? I don't want to hurt the guy. I don't want to kill the guy.
You swing at his foot and he twists so quick to try and respond, but you're so fast. It's almost like you're there. You, as observers, Volus and Jean-Paul, he moves so quick with the Green Destiny that he has impacted his leg before the guy has a chance to move, before you can see him even move. like you think for a second a camera wouldn't have captured that movement. And the guys, you hear an audible pop, like and he falls to the ground. And the combat's over because a 9 taking a damage would have put him unconscious. So yeah.
Can I check on him to make sure he's okay? Because obviously it was a sparring match. I didn't want to fucking hurt the guy.
His foot looks backwards.
Oh, okay. Well, I put it back. So do I know anything? Would I know anything in my rapport or lore to know how to fix this? Obviously, I would have hurt myself in the past.
Oh, you're a
right?
monk.
Do you have scholarship at all?
I do not.
I do. I go over and I take a look. Go, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
My scholarship is +3.
Okay. Yeah, medical attention is under scholarship.
I imagine they have. I imagine there are monks present that are
so
capable
4.
of handling.
So
that.
you rolled a 4?
No, I have 4 total.
Yeah, well, a 4 total is like above journeyman skill. So you go over and with the knowledge and skill you have from like years of dealing with yourself and humans, you patch them up. The other monks come over and they do that Mr. Miyagi shit where he rubs the hand and pushes chi into him and all that. So
lay on hands.
Lay on hands. They do lay on hands. Basically a paladin move. But anyway.
Yeah, I've not on a few girls. It's quite interesting, yeah.
The bunnies come a-hopping.
I like to lay on my hands. You know what I mean?
So anyway, he stands up and like dutifully nods, gives a bow to you.
I bow back.
And Lynn says, "That's very impressive. I see you are a worthy opponent." And says, "If you would like, I will spar with you."
Okay. I just say I still have much to learn, but I will be honored if you spar with me.
Fantastic.
And you can evoke the aspect of fear and God with this guy that I started.
If you want to spend a fate point.
If you want to spend a fate point.
How many fate points do you have?
Sword.
Well, you would have to spend it, Leo.
Yeah, I know. How many fate points do I have?
I don't know. Have you gotten any? Have you written them down? What's your base refresh?
Where do I find my base refresh?
Page 2 of your character sheet. On the bottom left-hand side. Where it says current fate points in like a pentacle.
I don't even have that page.
It's 0. We never filled it out.
Oh, you should have 10.
Okay.
I do believe it's 10. Is it 8 or 10?
10 fate points per game?
No, that's your base. Base refresh is 10, right?
Okay,
and then you'll have an adjusted underneath that.
Yeah, of 1.
Right? So what's your adjusted, Leo? Have you bought in any stunts or anything?
No, I haven't bought anything, so 0.
So you're just a champion of God, is what you're saying?
Yes.
So basic champion of God. I bought the book. Have it.
Got an app for that, yo.
Got an app for that, yeah. Where would be champion of God? 73.
Dude, you got a Dell.
Dude.
Oh, that's what I did.
Champion of God is got a refresh of 5. So -5. So you have 5.
I have 5.
Yeah. Plus you have item of power, which is a -3. So that would bring you to 8. You have a refresh of 2. So you got 2 fate points every episode.
So I get 2 fate points every episode.
Yeah, so every episode that restarts every game session, right, you reset and get 2, right? You can spend 2, you have to, and you can collect 2 story, or as many as you want story-wise.
Is this our 3rd setting or our 4th setting now?
This is 4, episode 4.
So I got 4 refresh points then.
You don't collect the same ones. You don't collect them every week. Like, they refresh. If you don't spend them, they refresh to what they were. So they don't.
Oh.
Those ones don't collect.
Oh, God.
The ones you earn by taking plot stuff or playing your character well, those ones collect. The fate points from last session, those ones collect. But your adjusted refresh doesn't collect. It just resets to its top max, right?
So I gotta start using that every fucking game then.
That's right. That's exactly
All right. I've been spending the ones I've been earning.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's fine. Also
No,
fine.
it's not, because I'm wasting money, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have your sword fate, your sword you can invoke, and the fear of God in this guy that you can invoke with a fate point.
Can I use my I have the green destiny on this time for my aspect? For the whole fight?
I would highly recommend it.
You would use that in a combat round. And you can use it in a defense or you can use it in an attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
So
that would allow you to
one?
re-roll the attack or add 2 to it.
Okay.
So right now, I will invoke the fear of God in him.
Spend a fate point.
Spend the fate point. So I'm
you're
down
spending one of the 2. Oh, it's not on him. That's the first guy.
Oh, so that's over then.
Yeah. So now Lynn.
Now you're intimidating the guy you just healed after you kicked his ass.
No, I did intimidation. I did that earlier.
So nothing against Lynn.
I
Right?
had to
There's
do
one-
destiny.
Yes, nothing against Lynn right now.
Well, then I'm just gonna fight Lynn, unless you guys can do something.
Yes.
Nope, this is a one-on-one battle.
So Lynn goes and grabs the axe he was using, and he goes to the sparring pit and prepares to fight.
Okay. I bow down to him,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever whoever the referee is saying go, we go.
What was your athletics again? And alertness?
Alertness is 0. Athletics is 3.
So he would go first because he's got a +3 to alertness. All right. So he's going to do weapons. And we'll make sure we do this correctly and I'm not messing this up. And that would be for his first move. So he rolls with the axe and hits you. That's -2. So at a 3.
7.
7. You can do a maneuver.
I maneuver behind him,
Mm-hmm.
and I will use my
What's how are you doing the math on your 7 there?
2 regular plus 5.
Yes, perfect.
That's how it works, right?
Yep.
So I maneuver behind him, and I will take my green destiny. Do the same thing I did to the other guy.
Which was?
Take the green destiny and just go straight down at his legs, just to knock him prone.
Yep.
6.
You can't hit him. That was an attack. So you can't with a maneuver. You can't hit someone.
Oh no! I know. I maneuver behind him and then I attack him with the green destiny. Sorry.
Oh,
that's
you
what I
mean
meant.
on your turn you attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because I assume after I maneuver, it's my turn.
The marijuana?
Yeah. So you would have to roll an attack now.
Yeah, I did.
And what's your attack?
6.
6.
How strong are they?
So
I
he is going to use his aspect.
I was going to eat the whole thing.
Brutal training,
5
which
beers
he
all at
will take a +2 on, which
I see that for a
will
second.
turn those to nothing. You got a 6.
once. Oh yeah, that's nothing.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
what you
so-
got.
Yeah.
I was doing.
All
I was
right,
doing
so
25.
he matches you with the
So how'd you
6
total?
and just nothing happens.
Okay.
So you go to swing and he just moves his foot up and like gives you a look and
Well,
All right.
considering he had to use a move on it, I'm not that I just shrug it off.
right, and he now rolls a 5 to attack.
I roll a 7 to defense.
All right, that's a shift. You can do a maneuver again.
I shift to the side,
Go to the freezer.
and then what I'll do is I'll use my fists, use my free hand, my fist to kidney shot him.
Oh, no.
So you're doing an attack. So you're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this.
Don't
Yeah.
drink and eat a bunch of those before you go to sleep.
Okay.
I did that once. I woke up so sick the next day. I thought I was going to die.
I have a natural. I had the 0, so
Same
5.
dude.
You did
Like, way
for your attack.
Yeah.
So I was at 8.
To help you go to sleep.
But that takes very little.
So he did
I
a
ate
7,
like
and with a
3
7, he does a
I
maneuver,
was hammered.
and
And then
he
immediately went to bed.
does
and I
a
woke
kick and kicks dust up
puking
and
everywhere.
creates an aspect. The aspect is hard to see.
Okay.
So
I had to work with Kelly that day to
Hard to
cover
see.
for me all day.
So
I
he
couldn't create-
can invoke
Not
that
a-
himself for free next round.
At least you
Yeah.
showed up, man. At least you showed up. Like, I'm not really here, bro.
Okay, has not been invoked yet. Hard to see, but you can do it as well on your turn. It just costs you a fate point.
Yeah.
Yeah. First thing in the morning, bud. I'm telling
Too
you.
much?
Go.
Was he attacking me?
You'll be fine.
Oh,
Stay up for now.
did he not just attack? No, because he did a maneuver. Oh, so it is his turn. Yes, it is. You're right. So then he will go with that, and he might invoke it depending on how good this roll is. He does invoke it. Puts that at 0-0. And that's a 7 with weapons. And what happens is, with the dust in the air from his defense, he moves through it and catches you off guard. It's a 7 coming at you.
I have a 6 to defend.
All right, so he overtakes you, and that is a weapons. I do believe he's a weapons 3, if I'm not mistaken. His attack. I will look it up quickly. So it'll be a 3 plus his roll.
Wouldn't be much of a fight with the master if he didn't get a good shot in on them.
Yeah.
True. Give me a sec.
Trying to look up.
Especially as a master versus a master.
Yeah. Weapons are on what page? Weapons skill 144.
I'm gonna top up my water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It will still be going.
It might be.
That's
Probably.
207.
Just do that with the microphone.
207. Where the fuck is the weapon thing? It's a 3. I know it's a 3. Okay. So on your physical stresses, on your second page there, I don't know if you can see physical stresses there.
Yeah, physical, yeah.
In the 3 slot, put a check mark.
Okay.
You can take a minor consequence and not take that.
No, I'll take a check mark. I don't know what it does, but sure.
Yeah. So what that means is if he hits you with a 3 again, it goes to 4.
Okay.
Right? And if he hits you with a 3 again, it goes to 5. And if it fills up all the way to what your maximum is, he knocks you out. You take a consequence. What's your total for physical you can take up to?
7.
7? You can take a 7th one?
Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay, I don't know if you're supposed to roll as well for attacks with weapons. You might need to. This is the first time using swords like this. And nobody else has looked this up but me. Running the game. 202 it was.
Google it.
Google.
Faster than you and your books.
Well, there's weapons. Swords are 2, but he's a 3 because he's using two-handed weapons. And weapons and armor. Keep in mind, tie and attack roll does connect. It says roll. Weapons and armor are given numerical ratings. Usually, any successful attack adds the weapon value to the stress inflicted. Okay, so to the stress inflicted. So then, yeah. So then, it would.
He's just taking a shit in the background.
It would be a roll as well.
So what do I do? Just roll the punch dice?
No. I do. So he gets a +1 to that. So it's actually a 4 he hits you with. Not a 3, it's a 4.
Okay, so I check mark the 4, right?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Wep plus. All right, so that was his attack. So now it's your turn. It's your turn.
With a vengeance. 7.
You got a 7?
Yeah.
All right. So that's a +2. He gets a 7 as well.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
And then he's also, because he has fate points to spare, we're going to use 1. Check. He's going to make it a shift. And he's going to do New Way, Old Teaching. And he's going to step to the side of you and have the sword pointed right at your face. He just has it just right at your face.
Okay.
And he kind of gives you a look like, keep on going. So now it's your turn.
Do I attack again?
It's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn to attack. He's moving around you. Like, he seems very competent.
Fair enough.
Have you invoked a fate point, Leo?
I have not invoked a fate point.
Yeah.
Have you invoked I Have a Green Destiny?
I have not, because I haven't had a roll high enough that I want to do that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So I attack him with a 5.
Attack with a 5. And he defends with a 6.
Figures.
Yep. So he gets a 6, and it's not a shift or anything, but you swing, he moves, and your blade passes by him, and he gets in a stance ready to do the next attack, at which point his clothing is very loose. I'm going to use... how would I even say this? Qin Zhong, which is basically the light body technique. And he is going to jump completely over you and make you come to him, which you have to beat in athletics of 8 to stop him from doing that.
Nope.
All right. He when he does this, the two of you watching, you literally see a man take a step back and do like a 10-foot flip over top. Leo's character Alfred just watches it as he lands. He doesn't land with gravity. He like slowly lands like a balloon running out of helium. And like when he hits the ground, he lands just on his toe, puts one knee up, and holds the sword forward. So that is going to be an aspect called light body. Where did I put that?
You got skills.
I wouldn't be fighting a master if you didn't have skills, right?
Light
Yeah.
do that too.
body. All right, so that's one he can evoke when you want to attack him.
Okay, I'm gonna attack him with an 8, and I am gonna invoke the I have the green destiny.
So you're gonna just bring that to 10?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll go for the throat.
Are you gonna take it out of its sheath this time, or are you just swinging?
Oh yeah, this is all in single sheath is coming out.
And your sheath out swing.
Yeah.
I have the green destiny. Okay.
Yep.
He ain't wasting no movements with this shit.
He is going to invoke light body, which will bring it to that plus that, which will bring that 5
To 4.
7, which will then he will spend one of his fate points, and that
How many
will,
does he fucking have?
a lot. He's a master. He has last line of defense, which he will invoke, which will only bring it to a 1. Right, so that brings him to 8 to your 9.
10.
To your, so sorry, a 9 to your 10. So you still beat him, but you don't beat him by a major shift.
Okay.
And because that would have been really bad. And so you can invoke a stress. So your weapon is a weapon 2. So you roll your dice and add 2 to it.
Come on, 4.
4.
You got a 4? Nice. You hit him, his sword, and he moves back and like skirts back like you hit you hit a balloon.
Okay.
Right? And he just poof, and then stops and catches himself in air. And like
Toe kind of drags on the ground kind of thing?
yeah, like when you hit him, Leo, as Alfred hits him, you've never hit someone who could do this before. This is quite impressive.
Yeah, well, he is a master.
And he
Is
goes,
he a little shocked?
he is genuinely shocked. The look on his face is like, I can't believe you have the legitimate green destiny. I wondered if it was real.
Can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
It's not, because it is butter.
So he gives you a very curt nod and swings. So that one's tapped. So both of those are tapped. Hard to see is tapped once.
7 defense.
Light body is tapped. And you rolled a 7 defense?
Yeah.
Good. Fantastic. 5. He is also going to use... let's see. New ways, old teaching to get himself to a 7 as well, so nothing happens.
Didn't he already use that one?
New way, old
Pretty
teaching?
sure he did.
You can you can use them all you want.
Okay. As long as you've got the fate points for
As long as you got the fate points to invoke him. But he used brutal training, last line of defense. And
Jesus
then
Christ, man. How many fate points does he have left? I've already burnt one with the I have green destiny.
he has used...
it. He's burnt 4.
I know.
3. He's burnt 3 and used 2 free invokes.
How do you get a free invoke?
Because he created the dust in the air, and then he did the light body.
Okay.
Which both created a free invoke that he could use in the next round.
Okay.
Right? So, collectively, there's been 5 times he's either used a fate point or invoked.
Okay.
He's
pulling out all the stops for you.
He's no schlub. Wow, he's fighting the Green Destiny with a regular weapon.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, Lee Mumbai did that against what's her name in the movie too. He just took out a stick and fought her.
Yeah.
And then dummied her with the green. She had the Green Destiny, and he dummied her with a stick.
Can I use another fate point?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so that means I've used both my fate points, right?
Yeah, because you have 2 total.
Yeah. So I use the Green Destiny again, and it shoots another 10.
Well, before you do that,
Yeah.
you can invoke the Respect and Truth for free.
Yeah, that's never been used yet.
What's respected truth?
It's the aspect for the scene.
That's for the
Oh,
scene.
okay. Can I invoke that for free then?
Yes.
Okay, well there you go. I invoked that.
And get it to 10.
What does that grant you?
+2.
So he is rolling in athletics. Let us roll in athletics to try and respond to a 10. Holy fuck. Well, that's not 0. That's 2 plus 5 is 7. And do I just let it happen? 7 plus 3, that's a shift. No, he's a master. He uses The Secret Lays in Me and gets a +2 to that, bringing it from 7 to 9.
And still fails by 1.
Which would just be a regular attack on your part. So yeah, just do your regular attack. Just do it.
That's fine.
Is it attack now with the sword?
Yep, so that's your +2 plus a roll, and that's whatever number it lands on.
6.
A 6.
Yeah, I learned 4 pluses. Legendary.
Nice. It is an awesome weapon. All right. He's starting to look...
He's probably got to be a bit rattled by now.
He's very impressed. You've done 2 stresses on him. So he is going to use Wudang Swordmaster as a stunt that he has, which gives me... I might not, actually. We'll see what I roll and see if I want to do that. I'm going to definitely use a fate point and re-roll that.
How many fate points does this fucker have?
10.
10 worth?
10.
He's got a lifetime worth of them.
Yeah, he does. He's got 10 altogether.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's better. That's only a -1. All right. -1. So wait, am I defending or attacking? I'm defending, right? You've got a 10.
Defending.
Yeah.
Defending an attack of 6.
Yes. Didn't you just do an attack?
No, but you told me to roll for his stress, right?
Oh, so now it's my turn to attack. What am I doing? Yes. So
you still
plus
roll with
1 plus 5 brings me to a 6. Roll a defense against a 6.
Wait, what happened to his attack of 6?
His attack of 6 did a stress.
Ah, okay.
I got a 6.
You got a 6? So 6 and 6?
Yeah.
Okay. So it ties. He moves in as well. So now
This guy's so annoying.
So now it's your turn again, right?
Oh, fuck. Okay. Come on, roll high. Give me another 4 4s.
-4.
Yeah,
You
3.
are attacking. You did a 3?
Got 3?
Yeah, I got a 3.
That's a good roll.
No, it's not, because
No.
that's with the +5.
So
Oh.
he got a 6, so that's a shift on him. He gets to do a maneuver as a defense, which he is going to kick off and go to the edge and run up the walls and onto the top of the, what's it called, fence there that he has. He's now standing on the fence.
Okay.
So now you have to try and get to him.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wait for him to come. As a fighter, I'm not going to jump
So you're
on
going
that.
to do the total defense?
Does that? I'm just going to wait for him to come, literally.
Total defense gives you a +2 to defense. It basically gives you your +2 that you would get from a fate point.
Oh, Without using a fate point?
without using a fate point.
Okay, total defense it is.
So yeah, so you have that now. So when he comes back to attack you,
Okay.
so from that position he goes, "You do not know the ways of the light body technique, I see."
I do not. My sect never used the light body technique.
So when the vampires come and they fly around and jump up and down, how do you intend to defend them?
We have our ways.
And he looks to Jean-Paul and he looks to Volus. He goes, "Can you defend against flying?
Yeah, I have a shotgun.
They are very fast creatures."
And I am a vampire. I'm also very fast. You know this. Why are you talking with this bullshit?
Mm-hmm. And what of you, giant Viking man? What is your plan?
They want to kill me. They got to come get me. I'll be waiting.
The path of least resistance is always a wise one. It is about understanding what is the path of least resistance. And he turns back to Alfred and goes, "Let us continue our battle, and I will remain on the ground to not disadvantage you."
Okay, is he gonna attack me?
Yep, he's coming in for the attack.
Okay, well I got total defense.
So that's that. So he's going to use Wudang sword on top of whatever he gets. So that's +4, +5. So that puts him to 9.
I got 9 too, surprisingly. So
he comes.
makes a total defense.
So he comes in and swings at you, and just the impact is very intense. You guys can see, like, this is no small guy versus, other small guy fight. These are two equally matched fighters, very capable of what they're doing with different skill sets. Like, he moves. He does the defense, he does the defense. He creates an opportunity, he creates an opportunity. They're going back and forth, and it seems like this might be a war of attrition between the two of them as they fight. All right, Leo?
I attack him
versus Vegeta.
Yeah. You attack him?
with a 6.
The 6, he defends with a 6. No shift, no move. That's an equal. All right.
I look at the master. I'm like, we seem quite well matched, master.
He says, "Yes, and you look as though you could use some training for new techniques in the future. Maybe it would be advantageous to learn the ways of Qigong light body technique."
I look at him like, I am always willing to learn new techniques.
He steps back, holding his sword still at a defense, and says, "Would you like to call this an evenly matched fight?"
I step back and I bow to him.
He puts his
I
staff
have
down
much to learn from you, master.
and bows to you as well. We are calling that a draw then.
Yeah. I mean, we could have kept going, but let's be honest, it would have been a war of attrition at this point, right?
Yeah, it's whoever can nickel and dime it down the furthest.
Yeah.
That should gain him some kind of respect from the rest of the monks.
Yes, and a couple of the other monks also, you can see they're giving quite a bit of respect. They all watching, and one says, "None have been able to resist the master so fluently. You should join us. You should become one of us and learn the light body technique."
I have much to learn, but I do have my quest to finish. Your master has much to teach.
Yes, and one of them asks if you have been to Yangtze, if you've been to Wudang Mountain.
I have been to Wudang.
So you have seen our temple there.
I have. It is quite miraculous.
Well, they begin making kind of like small chat with you, and I would just about like, you should go. They'll go with you. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, just your typical like very impressed by you, right? All right, that was actually really good back and forth. I'm very impressed.
That guy was hardcore, man. Hardcore.
Yeah. Well, he's also like 86 and trained in all like he's got Wudang. I think it's pronounced Quan, Quan, which is the fist fighting. So he could have gone fist to fist with you at the same level. He could have used weapons.
Oh yeah.
Right. So and then he's got the light body technique, which is a +4 stunt to take. It's not a small stunt to take. And then Wudang sword as well, which he's like 8th generation Wudang sword trained, which is why he gets a +1 to swords instead of the 2. He gets a +3.
So he's pushing supernatural.
Yeah, he's pushing supernatural, especially with the light body technique that he's trained like from that area. He's like, there's no doubt he's got powers and abilities.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't be a master if he wasn't that, right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, I still, like, for all my abilities, I know I still have a lot to learn.
Yeah, and he bows very low and says, if you do, with your team, defeat the creature in the basement, I will allow you to take the weapon. But I fear none of you have the power to use it.
And I bow lower back to him, and I'm like, I have much to learn from you, master.
None have reached the level I am at, although my students show much promise. I would very much enjoy if you were to return here someday.
And I thank him, and I said, I will try.
All right. So what you guys have the right to... this is actually what I would call a minor advancement. So if you look up, like, this is a level up you guys just got as a team.
Okay, let me get my scribbly device. Oh, there it is. I got it.
Yeah, so you now have a minor advancement for doing this. You have access to the weapon, the Pangu axe. Should you actually get access to it, he won't stop you from taking it. So
What do we get with the level up? Do we add anything to our paperwork?
yeah, it's 1 second. It's in the book.
What level am I now?
Where is this here? That's going to be a pain in the ass.
Where is leveling up? Sorcerers, Werewolves, Wizard. Milestones. There we go. Minor milestone. Page 88. Hey, that's lucky.
I don't even see my level anywhere on this.
So your level would be where your power level is. You have power level submerged or chest deep. I think you're chest deep. Yeah.
Yeah, chest deep.
That's what level you are, right? And then you have a skill cap, which is superb, which is perfect. And then skill points is all this. So we're all learning something together at this point.
Do we get more skill points then?
Yeah, you do. So a minor milestone usually occurs at the end of a session of play, or whenever it is whenever a significant piece of story is revealed or resolved. A minor milestone allows the characters to evolve in response to the story that's been unfolding before them. When a minor milestone occurs, you may choose one of the following. So one of the following. Switch the rank values of any 2 skills. So move them back and forth, move one up, move one down, whatever you want to do. Change any single stunt for another stunt. Purchase a stunt or power, provided you have a refresh to do so, which Leo does. So you could possibly buy Wudang's sword. You'd need 2, though. Or rename an aspect. So that would be the one I would suggest for Leo. One of his background aspects can be changed to potential student.
Oh yeah, that might be good. Can I change my enemy as my ally to potential student?
Yes, that would be absolutely acceptable.
Can I add a skill with that? Can I have more skills now?
So to get more skill ranks, we would do a significant milestone is add 1 additional skill rank. One of the benefits of a minor milestone,
We're not there yet.
spellcasting may be reconfigured if you're a caster. Right?
But we're not there yet.
So we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Minor milestones are ideal when you want to switch the focus of your character's existing abilities.
How do I buy? How do I see the stunts I can buy?
You have how many base refresh available?
Adjust refresh, base refresh 8.
Oh, okay. And your adjust is
1.
1. You can't buy a stunt. You'd have to have a 2. That'll be a major milestone. Would give you an extra refresh to your total there.
I apparently have a 9 adjusted refresh.
You have a 9? Yeah, you have a 9
Apparently.
because you have something. You have to push the Santa Claus thing or whatever.
Oh yeah. And I've got three fate points from last session.
Honey nuts.
Yeah, so a major milestone gets you an additional fate point, a new stunt or power, so you can just have it. Or you can clear out an extreme consequence. So
Can I get a power?
At this one, you can purchase a stunt or power, provided you have the refresh to do so, which you don't. You can never go below. You can never go below 1, right? So, and you can't buy them with the remaining ones. The ones you gain per session, you can't buy.
There's really nothing I can do right now.
So you can switch ranks of value. Replace.
I like where they all are.
You like where they all are?
For my skills?
Yeah. So, change any single stunt for another one, or rename an aspect. That's why it's a minor milestone. It's not a big time.
Yeah, I guess so. Can I get a fate point?
For watching the thing and being there and being a part of it and helping, yeah, you and Volus can both get an extra fate point for the session.
All right.
So now I have 4 fate points from last session?
Yeah, fate points from last session, you're at 4. Yeah, you lose as a team, win as a team. So you won as a team, so yay, fate point. And thus it feels a little more, since you already like your character and there's nothing you really need to change there, Bob,
Yeah.
I feel that's fair.
So can I either get a new stunt and power or change a skill? I can't do both?
Yeah, it's
Just
one or the
one.
other. So you can move skills around to, like, if you notice, like, you've got something at the top that shouldn't be there, and you want to swap, like, weapons up, or alertness, or scholarship, or if you have a level 1 skill that you're like, haven't used, and you want to switch that for, like, resources, or switch it to driving, or something like
What's
that.
alertness? I had that as a +1.
Alertness is basically your initiative in combat.
I
Yeah,
have
I mean-
craftsmanship. I'm thinking I need to get rid of that.
Yeah, so you can... Where's craftsmanship at?
Average.
Average?
+1.
Yeah, so you can swap that out for resources or something.
Yeah,
Got it.
that makes sense.
So, and... Yeah, so just in that sense, also with the Monarch Society, there's a little bit of resources that they'll give you, but if you put resources
Well,
there...
they just got me that phone, right?
Yeah.
So now I've got a cell phone with internet and shit. So
Yeah, so they can...
resources.
So you can access your money now that way. Because your phone was out of date.
And I still have a +1 for resources from that $1,000 he gave me at the start. So
Yeah.
does that mean I have a +2 to my resources now?
So what that means is that's a one-time use resource that you would spend like a fate point, basically, to allow you to get something.
Okay, but now I have a permanent +1.
Yeah, exactly. Which increases your basic affluence. So,
Okay.
which is good. Like, that's the whole thing about this game and money, is the
I like to
reason.
have lore, but yeah, I just get nowhere to put it.
Yeah, well, you can literally just add it to your average line. If you want to, like, not take the fate point, you can just add a +1 to your average and start the beginning of that path.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can have 3 +1s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get rid of that fate point then.
Say what?
Yeah.
You can add a skill to the bottom, so you get 3 +1s.
Yeah, it's a minor thing. It's only a +1. It's not a major thing.
Like I changed one of my aspects, right?
Yeah, which is a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, that's your thing.
Which
What do I do
now because you've seen it and you've interacted with it, if you want to try and do that stuff, Leo, you're like, I've seen it, I want to try and push my chi to like do what he did. I'll allow you to allow you to spend a fate point and just try and do it.
Yeah. Can I spend a fate point now and try and do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Aren't you talking to people?
Well, no, I mean, like, they're talking to me. We're making small talk, but that's about it, right?
All of a sudden you're gonna fucking jump through the trees?
All right.
Oh, I was going to say, give me a second. I'm going to try one of your master's moves.
Yeah. So you go and you're going to try and do it. I need you to roll, and you will add 0 to it.
3.
Ah. As you go, and how are you trying to do this? What is it the exact thing you're trying to do?
So I'm trying to do the light body technique to jump on the fence like the master, just to see if I can mimic it to get the basics of it.
So you come up to it, and you try and like do that jump and run up the wall. And when you jump and run up the wall, you kind of just push and kick off.
Yeah.
And Lynn comes up to you and says, "You must start by simple slopes and then keep practicing from there." And he brings you over to a different side, and he sets up what is basically almost like a
45-degree angle.
Yeah, 2x4 basically. And he says, "Run up it." He shows you how to do it, so try it again. That's better.
3.
This time you do it, and you get a good run on the wall. And you feel, not from yourself, but from Lynn, what feels kind of like a ki boost come off of him. And you land very lightly without making a sound.
Interesting.
And he goes, "You are a natural."
I think you helped me there, Master. And then I bow.
All right. So
Your white dice here, man.
Yeah.
These white dice, these are great.
yeah. Have you used the black ones at all yet?
No, because I haven't had to put them in dice jail.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, though I like the those ones with the peaks on the opposite sides, opposed to like peaks like an L.
Yeah.
'Cause these ones have like plus plus, negative negative, nothing nothing, whereas those ones are opposite sided.
Yeah, those ones actually, your black dice seem to be paying off for me too. But the white dice have been really lucky for me.
All right, so you fought the first guy, defeated him, fought the master, tied with him, got the acceptance and training, got a minor milestone. All right. So what do you want to do from here?
Can we call Brendan? Or Jordan? I don't know. What's the... Sorry, man.
Jordan.
Jordan.
You can't basically get a hold of him.
Where the fuck is he?
It's 12:30 and he's not online at this point. There's no point getting him.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, well, we cannot fight the vampire without him. I say we look for other resources, maybe? Or ask the master if he wants to come play with us downstairs.
I still have a side quest about my cell phone. I gotta go to a bar.
Yes. So there are different locations in the game you can head to. There's the Chateau Laurier, which is the neutral ground, right? You could also head to the police station to find out what's going on.
You got a cell phone.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah. There, I have a side quest for that. Because of that.
Oh, okay. I thought that was all done.
Yeah. You've been informed that Vanier has Black Court vampires, so you could head over to the other side. This is just the other side of the river from St. Bridget's, is where Vanier is. And then there's well, that hasn't been unlocked yet, so you don't know about that. So yeah, the police station, Vanier, and the Chateau Laurier, which is your accorded neutral ground, is the Chateau Laurier.
Well, and the Fox and Feather.
And then the Fox and Feather, which is there's a quest. What was the quest he gave you? Some guy that did a thing.
Okay, so the guy who gave me the phone.
Yes.
He said he would make my phone unbreakable, and it's like that right now for a week. But I have to go to the Fox and Feather and find a 65-year-old who stole stuff from the phone kiosk.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah.
I got conviction, discipline, deceit.
I've got a history with the proprietors of the Fox and Feather. A less than pleasant history. So I know shit's not gonna be as easy as it seems. Which makes it a side quest essentially.
I took weapons for my average as well, just so you know.
Good.
Lore would have been too low.
Yeah. It would have just been a 0 roll, eh?
For lore? Yeah, well, +1.
All right. So
we lost one.
So is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah, I think so. We need to do side quests. The vampire is just going to kill us without the wizard.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to the Fox and Feather, or you're going to the Chateau Laurier? Where are you going?
Fox and Feather. Let's do the phone quest.
Okay.
Fox and Feather.
All right.
I'm going to brush off some of my fucking high skills here.
All right. So you have the driving skill, Bob. Jean-Paul needs to roll a drive.
Three total.
All right. You get there and you get a fairly good parking spot. You're downtown Ottawa. And you get out and you see what looks like a Irish kind of bar called the Fox and Feather. It's got a sign that's exactly that. It's a red fox with a feather behind it, but there's a bit of a weird sort of symbology on it as well. Some Celtic type characters.
I should read that. I should be able to read that.
Okay. So
because I'm a Viking, right?
Yep.
So Viking life. I'm gonna invoke Viking life, my phase aspect.
Okay.
From phase 1.
So you read that, and it says, "How help those who help themselves.
So would that be an aspect then? A scene aspect? No.
No,
Just
the scene aspect is actually called Volus's favor.
Okay.
All right, so you're outside. It looks to be a couple stories. Like the building looks to be about a 4-story building, but the Fox and Feather also looks to take up 2 of those stories.
What else do we know about this guy? Were we told anything else in the story?
You can roll I run the byword market, spend a thing to find out, or scholarship or lore. Do you have either of those?
I would go with not conviction. Yeah, I'll go scholarship.
Scholarship, okay.
I didn't take lore. I took weapons instead.
Okay.
No, knowledge is power.
3 plus 3, 6.
You got a 6? Okay. 6 is absolutely fantastic. That is above the skirt of natural human capacity, is what a 6 counts as. So you're rolling to see what you know about the Fox and Feather, correct?
No, about the character we're looking for.
About
the 65-year-old man.
The 65-year-old man? Okay.
Yeah.
We weren't told his name.
No, but
Were we told anything?
with the 6 and Jean-Paul being who he is, there's a guy who was working with you at the church, a new deacon, a human deacon that you had taken in. He was about 65 years old, and he went missing recently, and there was a lot of weird allegations about whether he was killing people, right? They're like, people would go missing, and none of the people who were like feeding knew who those people who were going missing were, right? And then he just disappeared in and around the time that Volus's guy said that the cell phones were stolen.
All right.
So there's,
I mentioned this to everyone,
and that was half the reason you got Jack Sloan to come and help, because it was similar to the previous thing that you guys had done before. Except when last time with you guys, it was a white court vampire that was working with you who was killing children. This time it's adults, but they just went missing from the church, right?
and it wasn't from the white court themselves.
No, it seems like everything points to this guy, and then he went missing and he went on the run. So you have with a 6, you have a sneaking suspicion that it might be the same dude. What's happening?
People. I was going to say something, but
all right.
I'm taming my soul.
I'm going to go grab a new drink, and you guys discuss what you want to do with that. But yeah, so you know that with rolling a 6, so you can explain that to the team.
I'm going to go in on my own before you guys. I have a presence and a rapport with people, and I'm going to ask around about this missing priest. We'll call him George.
Here's a question. Can we
Very
do
familiar in age.
And go guns a-blazing?
Pardon me?
Can we do a Master Chief and go guns a-blazing?
I would highly not recommend that.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend you guys stick together, and I'm going to use my presence and rapport and go in there and ask questions about an older gentleman.
I'm not very welcome here.
Yes,
I have a negative history with the proprietors of this bar, dating all the way back to when I was alive.
Oh.
Well, at least it's consistently hated. I like how this is going to go. I will go in first. I will start asking questions, and I'll let you guys figure out your entrance. I would suggest maybe the 2nd or 3rd floor, and I'll walk in the front door, yes? It's up to you. And,
sneaking in isn't going to make me look any better.
Yes.
If I walk...
If they hate you, they hate you, but it's whatever you like.
They're fae.
They're fakes?
They're fae.
Sometimes I have to go the other way when I need to feed. It's not a big deal. Oh, fae. Oh.
Yeah.
So do not take anything for free.
Mm-hmm. Be careful when you're in there.
Yes, every time I deal with the Fae, I'm always out something. Okay, I go in first.
Yeah, you can go in first.
I'm going in first. They're gonna go in on their own.
Be prepared for glamours too.
All right.
I'll be right back while you guys figure out how you're going to enter. And I go in looking for. I'm going to use my rapport.
Okay. So, do you want to know what the room looks like?
Looking for older gentleman who needs.
Do you want to know what the room looks like before you do anything?
Hmm?
Do you want to know what the room looks like before you go into it? Like when you go into it, what you see, because you're just doing stuff without knowing what the room looks like.
Sure. I was going to go in there trying to talk to people, but yeah, sure.
But you don't even know if there's people in there.
Okay, I walk into the door.
All right. So
it's hitting on bar stools.
Yeah, you don't know if it's like 1,000 women in there having an orgy or if there's no one at all. Right?
I'm going with no one.
Well,
What time of day is it?
Middle of the day. I'm assuming it's the middle of the day. It would be the 14th. It's a Saturday. Right?
So lunch crowd.
Yeah. It was a full moon. It was a Friday the 13th the previous day. So now it's lunch crowd on a Saturday in downtown Ottawa. So you found the parking pretty good. Very lucky. Someone moved just as you pulled up. You walk up to the Fox and Feather and go in your own. The nice wooden doors on the outside are expertly crafted with what looks like beautiful women carved into the door and all over the door. And when you walk in, there's a very strong smell of what is like, you identify as like the woods, right? It smells very like natural and outdoorsy in there.
Earthy.
Yeah, very earthy. And there's what looks like quite a bit of people, right? And there's a young redheaded girl who's seating people, and there's a bar, all hand carved out of mahogany, a dark-haired man running the bar, and the lights are just low enough for like a casual Saturday type date if you wanted to do with someone. And the girl goes, "How may I help you?"
I'd like to have a seat at the bar.
How big's your party? Party of one?
Party of one, yes.
All right, I'll sit you at the bar. And she leads you to the bar. And the man at the bar, the dark-haired man, goes, "What would you be ordering?"
A pint of bitter.
"A pint of bitter. I'll get you that right now, my friend." And he goes over and starts mixing a drink for you. All right, what are you two doing?
I mean, I'm just gonna. I have no problem going up to the bar, right?
Yeah, if you walk in, you'll see her walking back, and she'll.
So I go to Vola. So like, how about we just go in? We make conversation.
How about you save yourself some trouble and you go in before I do?
What has happened to you here?
Nothing here. It's with the people who were in here that I might have had a problem with. If I would recommend you both keep some distance. For now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go in and look for Jean Paul.
Right. You walk in and you see the redheaded girl. "Oh, can I set you at a table there, friend? You look like you're ready for a date. Quite the garb you've got on."
What? It's my standard garb. How does it look like I'm ready?
Well, you got that big flare on your neck. You're quite done up.
Ah, wow. Thank you.
A man of your stature, slumming in a place like this.
I wouldn't call this a slum. It seems like a fine establishment.
Well, you have fun wherever you'd like. I'm sure you'll draw the attention of all the right people.
Oh, you can always come and have a seat with us.
I'll be 1 second.
She's very flattered. Roll a rapport.
2.
She goes, "What do you mean?" She says, "What do you mean by us, laddie? Are you having a couple of guests coming with you?"
Oh, my friend's over there.
"Oh, well, I'll seat you with them. Or you can seat yourself if you like."
There's more time I get to spend.
Oh. And she puts her arm around yours and leads you to the seat.
Yeah.
She's quite a buxom woman. You can tell they hired her for her assets.
Yes.
She goes, "This your friend? You can sit right there.
Yeah.
I gotta go tend the cash. Maybe I'll talk with you later. It's been nice meeting you. What did you say your name was?"
My name, Alfred.
Alfred. Hi, my name's Eula.
Eula. Nice to meet you, Eula.
And she goes back to the front.
Okay. And Jean-Paul.
All right, what are you doing,
He's not
Volus?
there.
Well, I was going to talk to Jean-Paul first.
Jean-Paul's not there, so Volus.
Well, no, I need this. I need Jean-Paul before
need
Volus walks
this.
in. I need this.
Get her
This
back
right
here.
now.
Are there girls at the bar? Can I do them?
I cast magic missile on the darkness.
Exactly. All right. So, Volus, what are you doing?
I'm giving them a few heartbeats head start before I walk in because.
Well, I'm waiting for Jean-Paul to get his ass back.
A few heartbeats go by.
I'm looking for a snack, but there's nothing to eat.
Well, I'm gonna say, Jean-Paul, Vola said we might want to be prepared for a scrap. Can you go for a scrap?
I say Willis is fine on his own. I am going to.
Come on, man! It's Letterkenny. You gotta go for a scrap. I can go for a scrap. You go for a scrap. Scrap.
None of you are like technically Canadian either. Jack Sloan is the only
I am.
one.
Oh no, I'm
No,
from
he's
Europe.
not even. Jack Sloan's American. You're like a Chinese immigrant. He's Scandinavian and technically dead and reborn from another nation. So yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
and you're French.
what
You're
is
from
Canadian?
France. You're from France. This is a story about immigrants in Canada.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the French are Canadian. That's why they
he's
call it
the-
French Canadian.
The French Canadian.
Yes.
You
Right?
don't call the French Canadian Parisian.
Yeah. Exactly. He's Parisian, but he's been here since the time of the Shiners, so it's like he's been here forever.
He's French Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah. There are people whose great grandparents, Canadian great grandparents, went to the St. Brendan's Church that he helped found.
Yeah. Well, you're French Canadian, there, Frenchie.
Me? Yes, for real.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they probably were probably in an orgy with him too.
Well, you know, as the white court is.
What skill would I use to scan the room to look for someone I'd want to talk to for information?
Well, there's investigation is eavesdropping and examination and surveillance. There's also where is
Alertness?
it? Alertness, which is avoiding surprises, combat initiative, and passive awareness. That's your passive awareness.
Empathy.
Empathy, which he doesn't have, is reading people. A shoulder to cry on. Social defense or social initiative would be empathy. So
Can I use my report just to go mingle? And,
so rapport is chit
fire?
chat, closing people down, first impressions, opening people up, or social defense. So rapport is a pretty good one for that. If you
All
want,
right,
if you
so I'm
want to
using my
do,
report. I'm just gonna gently ask around about looking for a gentleman who needs.
who are you? You gonna just go up to like random tables of like people on dates and
No,
talk
I'm
to
gonna
them?
wander around and see if I see anyone of interest.
Okay, well that's not rapport yet. Then that would be definitely investigation or alertness.
Okay, I'll roll alertness then. I have that. Early. 0.
Indicates a lack of either talent or training at doing this. All right. You kind of look around. The barman's brought you your drink, and of course, Alfred has come and sit down with you. The girl at the front is interesting. You heard her say her name is Eula, and there seems to be people on a date right now. People on dates, people like 3 or 4 guys sitting at a table chatting, laughing. Some people playing rock, paper, scissors. There's a front bar and a set of stairs that goes upstairs to even more bar area. There's servers all around, and some of them have what sounds like Welsh or Irish accents, and some of them sound like they're pretending to have Welsh or Irish accents. That it might be a part of the job.
Well, Volos has told me that there is Fae here, so I know that.
Yeah. So you didn't do very well at all, so that's all you get from that.
All right, I'm going to end my turn with if Volos needs help, you maybe give him a hand. I'm going to wander upstairs.
Okay.
We'll get the messages from Jordan.
We'll just leave it there.
Did I?
No, he was just sending messages to the group chat on Messenger. He said that he took a nap to be rested for the game, and the alarm didn't go off. I I told him we're doing a side quest for me at the moment because it suggested we don't take on the vamp in the basement without you. He said, fair, I'll be there next time to bring the magic thunder.
Nice.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Nearly.
Yeah, perfect. All right, that's totally fine. He wanders upstairs away from the bar, away from you, Alfred. What are you going to do, Volus?
I'm going to walk in. Confident, but not cock-headedness.
Do I have munchies down here? I've got Coca-Cola there. You've got your bars over there, which I'm assuming is what you're reaching at? Yeah. Sorry, I have a random bobbert down here. All right, so you walk in, and then the aspect Volus's favor is activated. You feel a bit of power kind of drain from you as you walk through the threshold, right?
Yeah.
Which you know for like a bar shouldn't normally happen, but you have a history with this place, so there might be a magical warding going on. As you walk through the door, you see Ula, and she wide-eyes you and turns around and heads to the back to the kitchen.
Okay, I'm gonna scan the room first.
Okay, roll for that with whatever
with
skill
that-
is applies. Investigation, possibly.
I don't have that. I have alertness just to see if anyone's.
Yeah, that's a passive awareness for sure.
Okay.
Do you have empathy?
I do. It's average. Alertness is +3.
Okay, they'll get you different
Empathy
information
is-
though. You can roll them both separately.
Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do alertness first.
Okay.
So I got 0 +3, so 3.
So 3
For alertness.
For alertness.
Yeah.
Obviously, things are happening very quickly. You noticed the threshold being specific towards you as a ward. In fact, with your magical abilities, you can literally feel that it's designed to respond to you. The girl, Ula, running. And you do recognize the barman as a guy named Patrick that you know quite well.
Patrick O'Doyle,
Patrick O'Doyle is the barman.
the owner of the bar.
Yes, and
That's why I write shit down.
yeah, and when she runs back to the kitchen, someone else walks behind the bar and whispers something to Patrick. You, Alfred, you see this man talking to him. He's shaved head, scars on his face, and Patrick nods to you after bringing you. What did you order when you were at the bar, Alfred?
A pint of bitter. Wasn't? Oh no.
No, that's what Jean Paul ordered.
That was John Paul ordered.
So what did you order, Alfred, at the bar?
Whiskey.
Whiskey? Yeah, he had just handed you the whiskey neat when the thug-looking guy came and whispered to him, and so he.
Did I overhear anything?
You would do alertness for that one, and then we'll do the empathy, because that would be a passive awareness.
I got -1 to alertness. My alertness is 0, so.
Bad news. Whisper worked like a whisper does.
You heard nothing.
Yes. So the two of them go out, and a young man about the same age as Patrick walks out and takes his place. He's got a goatee, and he asks if everything's okay with you, Alfred.
Alfred.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Yeah, everything seems fine.
Excellent. If you need anything, if you want the menu, I'll be happy to bring it to you. Meanwhile,
Sorry.
roll that empathy.
Sorry. Who asked me that? Was that
So
Eula?
so Patrick left.
The new barman.
The new barman. So Patrick, the original barman, left with the thug-looking guy, and a new barman took his place. A young guy with a goatee, probably about 21. Classically
What happened to
handsome.
the server?
He had something to do. Apparently,
I mean,
there's some
what
serious
happened
business.
to the server, the lady?
Oh, Eula? She went
ran
into...
off when I walked in.
Are you asking that, or are you meta asking that?
I'm meta asking that. 'cause I went
She
there.
she ran into the back room, and
Oh.
she was behind you. The way the bar is situated, like bar's here, you're facing this way, and she was behind you to the kitchen. And then someone came out behind the bar, and took Patrick back into the kitchen area.
So I asked.
So
I asked the new barman, "Is she okay?" Like referring to Eula.
you wouldn't have seen her.
Oh, okay, okay.
So anyway, we'll go back to the empathy roll. Roll an empathy roll, Volus.
-1 + 1 0.
It's mediocre. That's not bad. There was a shift, which is obvious. A shift in
tension shift?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
All right. What do you want to do right now before I start doing stuff?
I'm gonna walk up to the bar, but I'm not gonna go near these guys. I'm gonna go to like where the corner is, kind of at the end of the bar.
Jean-Paul has gone upstairs. The only person at the bar right now, is the new barman and Leo. So Alfred's at the bar right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the bar, but I'm not gonna stand near Leo.
Okay, so you'll be a couple seats out past him. All right. The barman asked you if he can get you.
Giving no indication that I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm doing no indication I know him either.
Yeah, and you don't recognize the new barman either. He's just some dude. All right, he asked you what you want.
Is Patrick here?
He says, 1 second, I'll go ask him. And go ask if he's here.
Yes, he is.
Okay, meanwhile, so that guy goes into the back to ask, what are you doing, Jean-Paul, on the second? So you go to the second floor, and there's another bar up there, but there's, do you have sight or anything like that would give you a natural sense of the supernatural going on?
I have presence.
Presence is a skill that you can roll.
Oh, where else would I be looking for?
It would be under your musts. As a vampire, you have a list of musts that you have. So one of them might be the sight.
Inhuman recovery, speed, strength, feeding dependency, innate touch.
Okay. All right. So, as a white court, you should still be able to feel a strong magical presence, which you do on the second floor. The bar on the second floor, there's something weird about the server that you can't quite put your finger on it. There's what looks like a buxom redheaded woman behind the bar there. And what looks like more people on dates at tables up there. And the bar overlooks the bottom of the bar as well. There's like a balcony you can look down. And what's hanging from the ceiling is like a replica of a 1914 airplane, one of the first airplanes that was ever made. Like the biplanes they make. So yeah. So
all right, I strike up a conversation with her.
All right, she goes, are you starting for another drink?
Yes, I would like another drink, and I am looking for someone. He's kind of an obvious man, late 60s, and his presence, let's just say, it feels wrong when you're close to him.
Well, we do a lot of nights for bears and cubs here. There's a lot of men that I would say, older men, that could be a little wrong if that's what you're looking for.
No, I'm talking about a presence that feels straight out of evilness, how you say.
We try to keep the evil ones out of the bar, if I'm being honest. And why would a nice man such as yourself be looking for an evil one?
Oh, I just have a few questions about the ongoings of my church. Nothing too serious.
She is going to roll to see if she recognizes you and your church. And she got a 2, which is fair. Indicates professional capacity. So yeah, she goes, you wouldn't happen to be the Frenchman who runs the St. Bridget's, would you?
I am many things, yes. I roll for rapport to help build trust with her.
You can roll presence for charisma, command, reputation, and social fortitude.
I have presence. Same thing. I have presence +4.
Yeah, presence and rapport are different.
Okay, yeah. I mean, same thing they're both +4 for me.
Yeah. Well, are you chit-chatting? Are you trying to shut her down? Are you trying to do a first impression? Are you trying to open her up?
I'm trying to open her up.
Okay.
And just get gentle information, and then I'm going to try to give her a gentle offering. So I never ask someone, are they supernatural, something for nothing.
So opening up, you generally give something about yourself first, and then, well, depending on how you roll, depends on what you should or shouldn't say.
2?
Yeah, 2's pretty all right.
+4? So that's 4, 5, 6 total.
Yeah. So that would be fantastic. Boundaries of the supernatural. So so you would open up with some line, and then whatever you say would basically give her the feeling like she could talk to you.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Just I tell her about just about myself, and I do not wish her to cause any trouble. Just a pointing in the right direction or the right person to talk to. And I have this ring that it does not look good on me. It is too girly. I have in my contents gems in ring.
Yep.
And I leave it here. I give you to this freely.
Okay. So that's the ring from
The safe.
Colin's safe.
Yeah.
All right. She accepts the ring graciously and says, "Thank you, lass. Thank you, lad. It's real nice for you to offer such a thing, but I don't think, as she holds it, I can accept a gift like this."
It is just given to you freely, and I'm asking for nothing back. This is
She seems
But if you know
extremely.
someone to talk to or point me in the right direction, that is good. If you cannot,
She seems
that is also good.
extremely weirded out by being given a ring. It
Well,
all,
you have to they need to receive something to give something.
yeah. Well, you're assuming she's
You
Fae.
know- Yeah, you didn't define that she was Fae.
No, I'm
Just
just
assume she is.
assuming she's supernatural of some sort. I do not know.
Yeah, she's. If it weren't for how handsome and charismatic you were, she very well may have like freaked out at you trying to give her a ring. But she isn't freaking out. She's flattered that you would offer jewelry to a person you just met. But she puts the ring down and she says, "My friend, I couldn't accept such a generous gift as I barely know you."
Oh, I'm sorry. I have so many of these. I did not mean to make you uncomfortable. I
She says,
just figure it is shiny and beautiful, and you are shiny and beautiful, and
She says, "Despite that, I don't want to make it weird between the two of us. You're quite a handsome man yourself, and I'm sure many your other women in your life would appreciate a gift so nice. But as for the older man, well, how old did you say you might be? The evil man."
yeah, his presence, you'll notice, is different than others. He's around 69 years old.
5.
Around 65 years old.
Yeah, she says, "There might have been a man that sort of matches that. I wouldn't say he came off as evil as so much as desperate. Just a couple nights ago. You might want to talk to maybe Eula or maybe Patrick downstairs. The owner of the bar, Patty, he's a nice lad, and he's one to help people, you know, if it's to the advantage of the bar."
I thank you very much. And,
Do you need a refresh on that? And that's when you hear someone saying something quite loudly and things get quiet downstairs. All right. Meanwhile, downstairs, you're at the bar, and you feel. Actually, roll a passive awareness for me.
Alertness?
Yeah.
Alertness, I got 4.
You got a 4? All right.
Yep.
You notice a large man with scars on his face walking out of the bar from the side of your eye, and he walks over to you, and as he goes to reach for you to put his hand on your shoulder, you can do whatever you want.
I'm going to turn to face him and stand up, but I'm not going to make a threatening gesture.
He puts his hand down and he goes, "The man in the back is going to want to talk to you."
I'll nod and follow him.
All right. He leads you into the back, into the kitchen area. You notice the bartender comes back out and talks to you, Alfred, and goes, Patrick isn't here right now."
To me?
He says that to Alfred.
Okay.
Yeah. So Alfred, Leo, the bartender you asked if Patrick was here, comes back and tells you he's not.
Okay. I
I don't remember him asking.
I don't recall ever asking that, but sure.
You
I
asked.
asked.
You asked. Leo asked if the owner was here.
No, I didn't.
You did. You asked what happened and if the owner was here.
No, I said Eula.
Oh, well. Whatever. I'm certain you asked if the owner was here, but I could be crazy. So yeah, if you ask if Eula, he says Eula's occupied. If you ask for Patrick, he says Patrick isn't here.
Okay.
All right. So, at which point you go into the back, Volus? You go in the back without the help of anyone else?
Nah, no, I go alone.
Okay. So, once brought into the back, you go past the kitchen towards the back door. And he doesn't take you outside, but there you find Patrick standing with 4 or 5 other...
Thank God.
4 or 5 other big guys. 1 or 2 of them are in, like, kitchen garb. Right? They look to be cooks. And Patrick says, what is it you're doing here?
I'm not here to start anything. I'm not here to cause trouble.
Last time you were here, you killed a man.
Yes, and I regret that having to happen. I'm not here to start anything new with you. Mm-hmm. I'm not here to settle old scores. I'm on a mission for. Hold on. I'm here on a mission sanctioned by Donner, and I'm just looking for a man, and I was told he would be here. I'm not looking to kill him. I'm not here to damage your bar. I'm just here to find this man and get back some property he stole.
And what is it he stole?
He stole some. He stole some equipment from the phone kiosk in the mall.
He says, and that's reason enough to come here, is it?
It was. What was it? Last night? Was it supposed to happen, or because I just got the phone this morning?
Yeah. So
it would have been like last night.
So
yesterday or something like that.
The stealing was about 3 days ago.
Oh, about 3 days. It happened about 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
The man's 65 years old, and apparently was in some way connected to the White Court Church in town.
Well, I'll tell you this. You owe us a favor more than we owe you anything. We let you go without you ever paying back for that man's life. You do realize that, don't you, Wallace?
I do. I wouldn't be here if I didn't need to be.
Aye.
I wouldn't be here causing problems. I wouldn't be here causing you this much trouble if I didn't need to be.
Aye. We set up words so you couldn't just come in here and just do whatever it is Monarch wants.
I noticed.
Uh-huh. So what I need from you is probably for you just to leave.
I mean, I'm wandering around asking questions and what I can do.
So if you could do that for us, we'd really appreciate it.
I would not do my due diligence if I did not ask if you had any information that would help me.
Do you want to roll a presence, a rapport? Anything you've got on this? An empathy?
Presence.
All right. So you're trying to command or use reputation or charisma to do this?
Oh, maybe charisma.
All right, guys, I'm going to check out, man. I'm super tired.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Me pretty quick here.
Have a good night.
Have a good night there, Leos.
Good session. Yeah, bye.
And then there was 2.
I guess marked by power wouldn't really work because they already know and they don't give 2 fucks.
Mm-hmm.
You
gonna roll that presence, you think?
Yeah, I got a -1 plus 3, so 2.
On charisma?
Presence.
On presence?
Yeah.
To do charisma?
Yeah.
Okay, he says, yeah, we don't really care, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I'd really just appreciate if you found yourself to the door and we didn't have to throw you out. And he's going to use command from presence, which he gets a +2. So you would respond with some sort of mental fortitude thing.
Oh, fuck. My mental is low. I've got a 3 in mental conviction.
So you've got a 3, so he's just got to break that once to like make you feel so lost you don't know what to do, and you'll probably just leave.
Okay.
So he's rolled, what did I say, a 4?
2.
The 2? Yeah. So you got to roll above a 2 to not take a mental stress from this.
Oh, there's a 1. And I got 1.
You got 1, so you got 2. So you don't feel the mental stress. You don't take a negative or anything like that. But it is basically even. It's like a rock in an immovable place. It feels like right now. Like you don't want to give up quite yet. Right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What do you want to say?
I am wandering downstairs looking for Patrick.
Yeah, you're outside by the bar area.
Upstairs.
So you came downstairs. You see Alfred, not Leo's character. He's sitting at the bar. He's drinking a whiskey neat. And there's a new dark-haired girl serving. Volus is gone. Yeah.
I ask him where Volus is.
And he would I imagine he would say Volus walked off with the guy into the back room.
I'm going to assume Patrick is downstairs in the back room. I do not know. I'm going to go find my friend Volus. As long as you watch the bar for me.
He kind of shrugs. So
I start heading towards the back.
when you get to the back room, the door's locked, and there's a guy standing there, and he walks up to you and goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, staff only."
All right, I'm going to roll a presence against him and say, I'm here to see Patrick. He's expecting me. Actually, report.
You gonna roll a rapport?
Yeah. So 1 + 4, I got 5.
All right. Well, he is a professional. He got a 2, and it's a 5, and it indicates veteran or masterful capacity. You explain that to him. He would take a negative to his thing, but he still says you can't go in the back. Come. He does seem like he's a little nervous now, trying to tell you no, but he's still insisting you're not allowed in the back. All right. Well,
What is conviction? What's conviction for? That's for myself, isn't it?
conviction is acts of faith and mental fortitude. So if he's
for me.
so he's going to tell you to buzz off, right? And he gets 1 plus his 3 is 4. So he's going to try and make you buzz off with a 4.
My
So-
conviction is 5 + 5 + whatever I roll.
Yeah.
5 + 2.
7.
Yeah.
So you would get a shift and an aspect that you could put onto this. So for 2, yeah, 2. So what are you saying, and what's the aspect you're imposing on him?
What I'm saying is I have official business with him. He is expecting me. You get the fuck out of my way.
All right, and the aspect is called "Don't fuck with me."
Aspect is I run the Byward Market.
No. The one you're imposing on him. You're literally
On
creating
him?
one right now. Yeah.
My aspect on him is quiver and fear.
Quiver in fear. Am I on Patrick? Oh, yeah. Quiver in fear. Let's see if you can beat a 2 on this one. So, all right. So he's going to take out his radio, just his little thing, and he's going to beep it a couple of times and say, "I'll see what they say. Hold on. Go sit at the bar, and I'll see if I can get you in."
I go to the bar.
Okay.
Play
Meanwhile,
pushing the issue.
yeah. Meanwhile, inside the room, what are you doing, Volus?
Okay, this is meta for a second.
Yeah.
I'll be right back when you get to your thing.
I don't want to have to risk making a deal with this guy just to get this information, but I think I have to.
Okay.
But I'm not, because making a deal with a Fae is pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if this is big enough to risk it.
I mean, you asked about it, and he couldn't have... When you asked about the guy, he just didn't give a fuck. He's just like, why are you here? Go away.
Yeah, but
he's not even, why are you here? He's like, go away.
Yeah. So, like, it may not matter if I offer him compensation. He may just not give a fuck.
Yeah, and the whole thing is right now you do have a character who's literally designed to like control people through like psychological stuff outside sitting at the bar. Right?
Yeah.
There's 2 fighters, a wizard and a psych guy. Like literally you're a good party if you're all together.
Yeah, so I'm kind of at a disadvantage. Well, I was at a disadvantage when I walked in the door.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah, you're at a disadvantage, and then you were alone. So, right now, just kind of meta, the feel is, he wants you just to go away, and he doesn't care what you have to say. Right? And you're not rolling high enough to outdo his psych. So you would need, you kind of need Jean-Paul, or to roll really good. Those are your options. Roll really good, or get Jean-Paul in here.
Okay, well... How much do I have to talk to him about before the radio clicks on?
It's gonna click right now. One of the thugs is getting a beep that someone wants in.
Okay, so let that happen then.
Yeah, it gets a beep and Patrick waves it away.
Shit.
Yeah, he's not just gonna let him in.
No.
You have to do something. Something has to happen that's outside of the realm of the game. The players have to make something happen.
Yeah. Thinking. Okay. All right. Well, might as well do it. Okay. All right. I'll go. But I'm going to get that information one way or another. I need that information, and if I have to come back with help, I'll get it.
I'd appreciate if you really didn't. I'd appreciate if you disappeared and never came to my block again, but you do what suits you best. You know, God bless. See you on your way. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. And he turns to the other guy, and there's like, he beeps, and the door opens. And you can leave now if you want. The door behind you is unlocked.
All right. I'll get up and I'll walk out.
All right. You walk out of the room. And I'm assuming Bob will want to do something.
I assume so too.
All right. Inversely, did you want to call it there, and then we can like pick up again next week, because I'm sure Leo and Jordan will walk. Jordan's character could walk into the room in the next scene, like just join you guys at the bar.
Yeah, and I have a feeling this could go either way, and we might need people to fight.
Yeah, and there's like a two thing going on here. A, you're at disadvantage because of previous history, and this guy might be connected to St. Bridget's.
Yeah.
Like reasonably, because of he rolled a 6. That's like fantastic. Like there's it's like a 99.9% chance it's the same dude.
Yeah.
Trying to skate town with whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Maybe we'll call it for a night.
Fantastic. I'll let Bob come back, tell him what's going on, and then I'll stop the recording. What a great session. That was a lot of fun. Leo really shined in this one, I think. Alfred really shined, and it was kind of fun you coming in here.
Yeah, he wasn't really all that active the last 2 games, but this time he pulled his own. That was good.
His character shined in what his character's good at, which is kicking ass. So, they got the beep inside the room. Patrick, 1 second. Patrick shoved it off as I'm not worried about it right now. But then Volus was like, you know, I'll have to come back at another time and deal with this because this is no good. And they let him out, so the door opens and he walks out and sees you there with Alfred.
Patrick does? Or Volus?
Volus,
okay.
Right? At which point I had suggested that this would be a good time for Jack Sloan to walk into the bar as well. So I think that's end of session at that point.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So there we go. Did you have fun?
Aye.
How did you? You guys weren't in the combat. How did you feel the combat flowed as a viewer?
I don't think that Alfred quite gets his character and how powerful he is.
But it was nice to see him actually play it up.
Yeah.
I kind of like the system that you don't have to grab like 1,000 different types of dice and roll a whole fuck ton of stuff. Like you got to roll the 4 as they are, but I think the back and forth was a bit quicker than in D&D usually.
Yeah.
A lot less to think about.
Yeah.
I don't like the blank sides.
Yeah, they kill you every time, eh? You're like, damn it, that's nothing.
One more plus and one more minus on there.
Yeah.
Because I get more blanks than anything.
Do you? Do you want a different set? I've got like 3 more sets down here.
No, because I've gotten 4 4s in a row with these ones.
Oh, they're doing you good then.
They've done me good, just not this session. This session, I got like, either 2 negatives and 2 pluses, counts them out, or just 0s and a +1.
Yeah, the one thing I want to keep in mind, and everyone should keep in mind, is that failure should be an exciting thing as well. Like, if you don't do good, something crazy should happen that pushes the story forward no matter what. So if
the story's hard. It's hard to push a story forward when we get stonewalled with almost every single character, too. Like, as soon as we come here, we're getting stonewalled. We can't push the story forward very fast.
Yeah, well,
we're getting stonewalled because we're not making the right moves. If we applied more pressure in the right way, it could push us forward.
Yeah, like
it could also drag us back. It's all a matter of trying.
Yeah, well,
you can't succeed if you don't try.
You went upstairs, so you weren't anywhere near when Volus walked in. Which, as a DM, I'm like, okay, he's not there to help, so the guy's gonna ask him to come.
Well, I know they don't like him, so trying to stay away from him.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like this is like I was saying to Brandon while you were away. This is a really well designed team. You've got 2 fighters, you've got a magician, and you've got a role play character with really high stats. So like, if Jean Paul's involved in a social dynamic, it's hard to resist him. You know what I mean? Like even the girl upstairs, like you did an extremely weird thing giving a person you've never met an expensive ring. That's extremely weird. Even then, she still gave you everything that she had. Right? And then didn't take the ring because she's like, that's weird. You can keep that. So you didn't lose anything. You got everything and lost nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So the whole thing is Volus going in on his own kind of is not the best move because he walks in at a disadvantage. Right? So at this point, Volus having walked out, you're there with Leo, and we're going to say Jack Sloan walks in just at this point. Now the whole team's together. It might be a time to, as a team, be like, oh, we still need to talk. Right?
Still need to what?
Still need to talk.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to have to go talk to Patrick and get some information.
As a group, you know what I mean? Because, like, he's there with 2 chefs and 2 thugs in the back, so it's 5 guys versus 1 dude. Right? And 1 dude who's not designed as like a role play character. He's more like a role play character. You know what I mean?
But to my defense, I did try and deal with this without anyone else.
That's true. You did okay.
I did try to make this just him and me. Mm-hmm. Just ignore it and trying to get past our history just to get this one thing done.
Yeah, you rolled like a 0 too though, which kind of sucks. As a GM, I'm like, that's why he's like showing you the door. He's just like, there's no negative happening per se, but he's like, it leaves the opportunity. And like you said, I'll come back, and he's like, I'd prefer you didn't.
Yeah. Like we were both cordial about it.
Yeah.
But if he would have, sucked it up and helped me, then I wouldn't need to have these 3 guys come back and stand up with me.
Yeah. So
I'll make that statement to him next time. I'll be like, we could have done this the easy way.
Yeah, exactly.
As you walk in with a wizard.
As you walk in with a wizard, a Wudang student with the green destiny, and like the guy who runs the Byward Market. Yeah, and a white cord vampire.
It's like, we could have done this my way. But we'll do it yours.
Yeah. We'll do it the tough guy way. It's crazy how cordial people are when they realize you're holding an RPG at them. You know, when you've got the
Right?
guns, all of a sudden people want to negotiate. It's crazy.
I have
All
changed
these
my
guys
mind.
all these guys are coming out with switchblades, and one guy comes out with a rocket launcher. You know,
It's crazy.
it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Isn't it just like a popper?
Yeah.
Brings a knife to a gunfight.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording there.